I feel like I'm forgetting something.
Okay.
I can't. What?
You are.
I'm always.
I don't have a lot of notes for the previous session, by the way.
Boba's canon.
Not a ton happened. We kind of walked and shopped.
Yeah.
We walked, shopped, right? We all got a little sad.
The last thing I have is Noda and Gris.
Yeah,
a little bit. So what I have in my notes is the party.
The most notes I have for any session.
The party left. Well, that's kind of depressing. That makes me sad because a lot of stuff happens every session. That session, you went to one house and kind of stayed there. Well, whatever. It's not like take notes for anything else.
I would take notes on important things, like how
we walked in a line.
And Penny prefers a light bulb pulp.
So the party left Aya and Nore, returning to Cardos and receiving closure for the traumatic experiences that occurred whilst rescuing Karth. They received their reward and decide to take some downtime to themselves, build up some materials. Noda took up potion crafting. And Penny wanted to do further research in Lucky Fortune, wanted to pick the brain of the religious expert in the town there, I believe, in the neighboring town, Lucky Fortune, if I'm not mistaken.
About anything relating to Aya, Nore, Algal, or
Almiron?
Almiron. I almost said Orundum. I'm like, that's a different thing. That's Corundum that I'm thinking of, but it's yeah.
I want to turn these javelins into something that's actually useful for our party after we find out what they are.
Interesting.
Yeah, Penny was tagging along with Kenzie and Karth.
Yeah, Kenzie and Karth are going. They're going to be visiting the. Let's see, I believe the place. Let me pull up my Lucky Fortune notes. The House of the Hideous Hag. That they are visiting repeatedly.
Self-proclaimed, or does everyone just call her that?
It is the Hideous Hag is the self-proclaimed epithet to Berkta.
Honestly, if you own it,
as long as she's okay with it, that's all that matters to me as Lucy.
Yeah. Yeah, she is considered the goddess of the cold, if I'm not mistaken.
Goddess of the cold and goddess of the drip.
Sure. But yeah. Sure. I'll allow it.
For power.
Yeah. I guess. Anyone else doing anything besides Penny? Penny, you have your goals for your downtime. Does anyone else have anything that they wish to do or work on?
Is there a library?
That's where I am.
Oh, I remember you asking this.
Send it to myself and.
I remember you asking this. Penny's heading towards a source of information. Asterisk mark. There is supposedly a lot of religious details and accounts housed within the temple, but like a straight up library. Lucky Fortune does not have that. Lucky Fortune has bars, some casinos, and lots of mercantile places. But
I'd be down to
a lot of information.
Some drinks.
I thought you were gonna spend your downtime getting ripped.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna work out together.
Shit, sorry, I forgot about that.
Bars are
Noah's just like Noah's at the gym by herself. Like I thought we were.
Yeah, Gris is the person that stops going to the gym after the first week. Just go, only goes to the gym first week and that's it.
I like the idea of like in between drinks, she like does a shit ton of reps.
It's right next to the bar.
You're gonna throw up if you do that.
No, she won't.
She's doing burpees in between shots. Let's go.
So you are replenished after your workout.
Gris is a seasoned drinker.
Go.
How old is she?
4?
Maybe like 20, 21, and like human years, whatever that equivalent
Right, that's
is.
fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Great
Wait,
year for
2022 in like human ears. Wait, and don't they age like faster?
Years. I don't know. Whatever the equivalent is.
well, yeah,
like
I don't know.
80.
She's of age for her race, I guess.
Yeah, she is of maturity for the lifespan of her race.
She is
mature.
Gris is
Trust me.
notably one of few adults in this party. It's her and Paladin, really.
It's a pretty even split.
Although Paladin
how old is Sam?
Age.
Nope.
Sam is young at heart.
I'm mature.
He's
Also,
mature.
Penny is technically a young adult. Technically.
I guess
just
I
passed the age.
Like,
technically
all
am
children are
too.
young adults, just depending on how young they are.
Well, no. there's, like,
Yeah,
really
when you
young-
think about it, it does add up like that. Yeah.
You get
Yeah.
born, you are classified as an incredibly young adult. I'm sorry.
True.
Hmm. So, yeah, I am heading to religious
Okay.
place and a place with book. Book or maybe book.
Okay. A second. Boop boop. Is my mic? Yeah, it sure sounds like it. So you go with Karth and Kenzie as they make a trip to Lucky Fortune. Again, last check. Anyone else doing? Gris and Noda, you're getting ripped, so to speak.
I would like to.
We're getting ripped already.
All right.
Those ankle nerves.
We have like muscle tanks.
I would like both of you to make a medicine check at disadvantage first. See if you both understand how to get ripped.
At disadvantage?
At disadvantage, because neither of you have a background of personal trainers or any medicinal training of the sort. You don't understand biology
like if we're
nor
gonna
muscle
pull any
growth.
muscles or not.
Well, my first one
Yeah.
was a 9.
Yeah, my first one's a 5 and my second one's a 6. So
Yeah.
5
Okay.
plus.
All right,
3 is 8.
explain to me your workout routines based on your results then.
Just doing a lot of jumping jacks.
All right.
I'm trying to do push-ups, but they're probably not the correct form exactly. I got a 9.
I'm
Oh.
like, I think Nona's
All right.
also gonna try to get Gris on her back and try to do squats, but it's not working.
Wait, who's bigger between us? Are we the same size? We're not
Noda's
the
doing a
same
lot of
size.
workout in bear form, which
Ru-
does
roughly the
exactly
same
nothing
size.
for her gains in her normal form.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
I
that's
just-
that. I like that. I think that's what
That's
happens. She
funny.
wild shapes. Is like, this is hard. It's wait a minute. Bear forms up and then like starts doing like lifting heavy boulders outside of town, just like doing heavy weightlifting. And then once it's all over,
No,
it's
I
like
think she,
no
has, like,
discernible
Gris
physical
on her back to
change.
do squats, but she just slowly starts wild shaping. She's not like consciously doing it.
Yeah.
But, like, Gris just knows that she's getting higher and higher above the ground. I'm like, this is no sweat. You weigh like nothing.
Noda is like her brain is like, just how can I make this easier? But like subconsciously morphs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Gris, unfortunately, your form does nothing to actually challenge or tear the muscle fibers. It's just sort of like you're just sort of moving without very little effort. It's sort of like it's like muscle memory because of your roguish training. You're just sort of doing things in the simplest, most elegant way possible without really building muscle. So it's like,
It's like the shitty
Not
push-ups
doing
that I
much.
do in real life. It's just like me for real. For real.
wow,
You're like laying on your back doing
they
air
just
push-ups.
like me. Yeah.
I have perfect form when
Okay.
I'm doing air push-ups.
But yeah. Let's see. What was Pal and Sam, are you guys doing anything or are you guys just vibing for now?
I think is Pal gonna be kind of like also strength training, but not strength training like trying to get stronger, more like endurance training, like going out and taking hits from things, or just trying to
You're
in
just
general
standing under a
Mm.
waterfall.
bulk up on getting. After that last dungeon, Pal is more aware that he is kind of the main person getting.
He's the front line.
That's the
Yes.
idea. So
I should have
yeah.
asked. I should have
working
asked
towards.
Pal for advice on how to train.
Okay.
What's
Um so I'm assuming you're trying to raise like your sturdiness or constitution or your armor class
Yeah,
or
I don't
something
even know
of
what
the sort,
stat
right?
necessarily, but just in general, yeah.
Yeah, no, I gotcha. So there's a couple of ways to go about this. The problem with with doing this as a Warforged is it's not as easily as like
Built.
your body does like. So the reason why yeah, the reason why their strength training works is because building muscle, you tear the muscle fiber and it heals. There's not really muscle fiber. There is fiber-like substances that works as muscle and joints, basically, for your frame, but it's more so external. So if you wanted to improve your durability, that would be more in the form of a materialistic upgrade, quite frankly.
It's more of a mindset
You
thing.
could meditate.
Trying to-
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Sam, you vibing?
So, are there any like? So there's no like library, no knowledge.
Not in
gain sort
Cardos, unfortunately.
Not
in this town, and not in Lucky Fortune.
Pal, I guess, and
I got something I want to talk
Keep
to
an eye
Penny
on the
at some point during
surroundings.
downtime.
Oh,
if there's anything noteworthy around us, probably pay attention to what birds are outside right now.
All right,
It's me, I'm in a
let me
tree.
I might actually.
Penny just comes flying out of the air.
No, not Penny. Me.
It's Cam. My
Make a
bad.
perception. Make a perception
Cameron
check.
Dayton.
Actually, Sam, this is actually a really interesting thing. Make a perception check for me. Actually, if you're going bird
we're
watching.
looking at a. Oh, I'm gonna need that roll later. 17 plus perception. Hold on. It's a good thing I used it on bird watching.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're looking at a. God, I am illiterate. Where is this? It's in features, right? Inventory, attributes. Fuck. Perception is +1, so 18.
18. Okay. So there's not a lot of avian creatures flying around town. A lot of what you've seen, both insect and avian outs have been like on the trail. However, there's a notable amount of vultures seen flying over town. And that's
What direction are they
strange.
going? Can I
Um,
pinpoint a direction?
Yeah.
Above town,
I'd say
directly
that
above
in they're above town. Sometimes they're circling, but they often seem to be heading in the direction of the main town square of Cardos.
The main town square. Is anyone in our party
Yeah,
near the main town square?
Are we all split up during our downtime now?
If you want to be, or you guys want to do everything, if you guys just want to watch Gris and Penny, like Gris and Noda, just sort of like not really do much, and then you want to
I'll be
watch Pal
largely-
try to meditate to get
Penny would be-
get into a tougher
Penny would
mindset.
probably be a lucky fortune at this point.
I would
I'll be
definitely.
largely
Yeah,
keeping watch over
alright.
Sam until I need to talk to Penny.
I'm gonna be nudging.
All right.
Pal about the strange avian flight patterns happening around town.
Yeah.
And leave it to his discretion. I personally want to check it out.
I don't even know how I'd check it out.
So in the main town, in the main town square, there's a couple of stores. Things of note that there's a couple of inns and taverns. There's like the Whale's Jaw, the White Flag.
Any like butcheries near the main town square? Outdoor butcheries?
No, not really. I mean, there's some stalls that have that sell meat there, but like they're not they
Nothing
don't
that
seem
will,
to
like
be
being picked
particularly
by
interested in that.
vultures, nothing like that.
No.
Oh, okay.
You do see like some of the stall owners, like when they see a vulture, they sort of like throw like a tarp protectively over their goods and just kind of wait for them to pass, and then once they're out of vision, they're just sort of
Okay.
get back to
My
selling.
aid's still up from last session, right?
No, because you took a long rest. Yeah.
We took a long. Okay, I was wondering if we're picking
Basically,
up.
every time you sleep, aid goes away.
Okay, so have we already split up, or,
Yeah.
or like in the future? Then,
Yep,
then can I
well-
make
well-
a note that like every time I wake up from a long rest, I'm casting aid on myself, Pal, and Penny. Penny. Yes, Penny.
Sure. I'll do that starting next long rest, I guess.
Thank you.
I'll keep,
Then I'll
aid on-
cast aid now, just on myself and Pal, and I'll tell Pal that I'm going to the main town square to investigate.
All right.
Well, that's suspicious. So I'm
My
following.
ass is curious.
Don't worry, pal. I got this.
My
Walks
business
away.
with Penny can wait. I'm gonna go and make sure that he doesn't.
You've been doing a lot here, pal. Just take a load off. Walks into danger.
You've done a good thing for this country, my good man. Alright, see ya.
No. You done a good thing for this country. Cast aid, stay strong out there, and then turns around to leave, holding up like a fist as he walks towards the sunset. Yeah.
49 hit points.
Hold on a second. Yo, that's wrong. Hold on a
My business
second.
with Penny
Something went
will
wrong.
be Following.
But I think what keeps happening is he just keeps applying 15 instead of 5 to each. So it applies the
Yeah.
total.
Well, no,
number
it
that
worked
you
fine for
have.
Pal. It worked fine for Pal for
Yeah,
some
let's
reason.
go.
Sam's just messed up.
Sam is coded
Sam-
The last
differently.
few times that I've checked, but yeah, it worked fine for me. The first time we cast
Yeah.
aid, I gained like 49 extra health. I had more aid than I did health.
Yeah, I had double my health.
Yeah.
AIDS are a powerful thing.
Man, I hope
They
you
sure
don't
are.
cast that spell every day, so I have to worry about the buggy application of it. That would suck.
It would suck, right?
That would
Don't mind me.
suck. It's like,
Don't worry, I'm gonna pick up a thing that gives me mage armor every day. So that way you have to worry about that.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Or I could take false flight. That'd be even funnier.
I like to imagine by the end of this
It would.
campaign, we spend the first 30 minutes of every session just laying out all the things we're casting at the start of the day.
I could probably I should probably make like macros for it by that point. Just like press
Probably,
one button and like
yeah.
does like 7 different actions. Like, I'd like to cast Bark Skin. I'd like to cast Aid. I'd like to cast False Life. I'd like to cast Mage Armor.
probably
I'd like
macros for
to
those already
prep in
made.
action.
Probably just
Yeah,
copy
there
paste
probably
it.
is. Yeah, but I'm lazy and stupid, so yes.
Yeah.
So Sam, you say something cool, you cast a buff to you and Pal, and then you walk into the sunset with a fist raised in the air. And then you don't realize that Pal is following closely behind you. You make your way towards the town square. Yeah. What do you do once you get to the town square?
I would like to... If there is an area where the birds are most congregated, I'd like to cast or do an investigation around that
Make
area. Or
another perception check to try and figure. Yeah, make another perception check to try to figure out like where are these birds like focusing, congregating at.
Fully understand what's going on here, or did you cast aid and now I'm just chasing?
No,
around
you
town
know
to make
you
sure it
s- no.
doesn't get lost?
Sam said something cool, gave you a magical effect, and then walked away, and you had to chase after him and make
no,
sure he doesn't
I
get killed or
cannot help
something.
him. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna try and figure out what he's doing, but I'm not being like.
Okay, 15.
15. They all seem to be congregating around the inn known as the Whale's Jaw.
I walk in the inn.
All right, I'm also walking.
Okay. The inn is relatively lively. It's strange how like there's a lot of like high quality decor and ambiance, but there's also like you can spot just passively that there's like you see a rat once or twice like running across the floor. Has a lot of like large like jawbones that probably came from something that was fished out of the water. There's harpoons kind of mounted on the walls. There's like ship memorabilia and like paintings of epic like hunts on the open seas. And sitting at like the bar is like no one seems to be approaching them, but there's just like a really bummed like a pale looking fellow with like a really short cut back haircut. And he just got sort of like got that like cheek smushed up in a palm, and he just looks like the most bummed out fellow you've ever seen.
I walk up to him and take a seat next to him.
You take a seat at the bar, then?
Yeah.
he doesn't like ask or anything. He's just sort of like leaned over the bar. It looks like he has one hand on the counter on a rag. It looks like he was cleaning the bar itself, but he's just kind of like leaving it there. And he's just sort of like,
what? Hey man, what's up? And I'm doing this while studying him. I'm taking note of what he's got going on. What's he wearing? Is he armed?
make an investigation check.
Alright. 12 plus investigation. 13.
13. There is something holstered like around his hip, but you can't see exactly what it is. It's not large enough to be like a long sword, so it's limited to either like a short sword, a dagger, maybe. But it's holstered at his hip. But when he like sighs to like and like turns to talk to you, you see two like really pronounced fangs from his mouth.
Oh.
And he just sort of turns back and goes, I don't know, it's just, I'm just tired, man. I'm sorry, can I get you something?
No, I get it. I guess I'll have a mechanical ration if you serve
like,
that here. If not, I
I
hope you don't mind if I fix myself something.
I'll have to go to the back room, but I can probably whip something up. Hold on one moment. I hope I don't mess it up for you. And then he like goes back to the back room. It's just you alone at the bar right now. Pal, you're just kind of watching him from the entrance that you followed him into, just sort of like,
You're like in like
what
a
is he
booth with, like,
doing?
newspaper and like sunglasses on.
cut two holes in the newspaper just to look through.
Yeah.
You have a $4
Sam
mustache.
gets a text like, "Why aren't you touching your food?"
Oh yeah, wait, he's got the
Yeah.
glasses with nose and mustache.
Yeah.
Eating the mechanical
he comes out
ration
and-
equivalent of a Western omelet.
But yeah, the guy comes out and he's like comes out with the equivalent of a mechanical ration. There's a series of like scrap metal parts and some like lubricants for your joints and whatnot. But he just says like, I hope this helps.
This should be more than
Honestly,
plenty, thank
you okay, cool. Anything else I can get you?
Well, I'm new around town. Something about this inn seemed just interesting to me, so I decided to pop in. Has anything out of the ordinary happened recently?
I mean,
Really
we're
interesting
really
decorations, by the
busy,
way.
I guess. Thank you. They're not. They're the previous owners. They're not mine, but I kept it because it seemed cool. But
Oh. What, did anything in particular happen to the owners, or did they decide that they didn't feel like the hustle and bustle of inn working was...
he wasn't happy.
Well, I'm sure people have their reasons. Is there a particular reason what's got you down so much?
No, it's just like he like gestures to like there's like a shutter in like in the main room, and like he just points to like the blaring light that comes in. He's like, it just kind of like sucks, man. You know?
I'm gonna do like a really quick like look at it, like just a quick glance at like his fangs and goes, gotcha. That makes sense. So
He's like, I can go outside though. It's not. That's just a baseless stereotype, you know. I'm fine going outside. It just kind of like sucks though, you know.
So how did you end up in this profession? I have not seen.
I was friends with
Forgive
the
my
previous
presumptions.
owner.
Are you a vampire?
Yeah, it's not very presumptuous. I'm not the only one. He's like, he gestures to like one of the people that's sitting it. There's just a guy that's sort of like shoveling food into his mouth. And he like makes a nod to me, sees that attention's being directed towards him. He gives like a very toothy grin and a wave. Hi. It's got like he's a half orc with vampire fangs, very clearly pronounced. Instead, it's awkward because like instead of tusks pointing upwards, their fangs pointing downwards. So it's very clear that like he's not just your average half orc. He's like, it's a lot more common than you think around here, at least.
Oh, why is that?
Not too strange. I mean, because we're technically not, like, vampire, we're, like, just vampire, you know, man?
Fuck do you mean?
I'm afraid not. Could you elaborate?
Well, because, like, there's, like, vampires, right? But, like, we're not, like,
Right.
vampires. We're just, like, we have some vampire stuff, but we're not filled to the brim with vampire stuff. We're just, like, half full or half empty with vampire stuff, depending on your perspective.
So...
You know what I'm saying?
there are visible gears turning in my head.
Like,
Fuck just got said to him.
You know, all computers like speak when they're thinking.
It's just
Yeah.
his hard drive.
Chat GPT got the wrong prompt. You messed up the prompt, dude. Now this whole chat is messed up. No, we gotta start over.
So you're a half vampire?
Yeah, basically. Kinda. Half-breeds are, like, their own thing. It's not like if you put two half-breeds together, you get, like, a three-quartered breed or, like, a full breed sort of deal. It's like its own little sub-community / culture sort of deal.
I don't
You know
mean
what
to
I'm
press
saying?
you. Does that mean you were turned from when you were a different... When you were different, or were you born as a half vampire? I've never met one before.
I've met like a handful that were born, but nah, I was made. Yeah, I was just like, you see like the inkling of a smile turn onto his like depressed face. Is like, it was one crazy night, you know, and that was that was it.
I think I'm picking up what you're laying down.
This man fucks.
This man fucks! Well, my agenda is fairly open, so I'd like to keep talking to you.
Sure.
How did you end up in the innkeeping business?
I was friends with the previous innkeeper. They were my best friend.
Did something in particular happen that they wanted to move away, or were they just...
They were unhappy.
They were just unhappy? Or, I'm assuming there's
Yeah.
more to it. I won't press on it.
Okay. They killed themselves, is what I'm saying.
Oh my god.
Ah!
We'll see you later.
Damn, that sucks.
That is... I'm so sorry.
It's fine. It
They
was
sounded
like
like
a decade ago.
I... I'm gonna survey the surroundings.
Sure. Make a perception check. Or I guess you should ask like how you trying to survey the surroundings. Are you trying to get like a gauge of the room? Are you trying to like piece where some of this stuff came from that's hung up on the walls, or?
Yeah, mostly like the ladder. I'm trying to like I'm trying to see what exactly like the story, the ornaments around the walls are trying to tell me about what the previous owners were like.
Okay. Make a history check then.
Okay. I heard did I am I like doing something like bad or
No. No, you're doing
okay.
great. I think someone's
Dear
eating.
God, what
Actually,
have you
Oh
done?
fuck! I'm not
I'm
seeing.
just
I'm
munching
not
on
seeing.
cashews.
Okay, I thought it was
Sorry.
like I'm gonna survey this around.
Keep giving them
Oh,
cashews
I don't think you should be
fucking
doing that.
work.
no. I was like considering for a
You
moment,
look
like,
up and there
is
is
that-
a Tarrasque on the ceiling. Convenient.
You fool!
rocks fall, everyone dies.
Roll
Rock fall, everyone
14
dies, my
death saving
favorite fucking
throws.
But
yeah, I'm not seeing shit. I rolled a 7.
all right.
So
You're like,
that's- yeah, that's it.
you see,
Yeah, I
like,
guess
you see, like, harpoons, shit, like paintings of shit, epic paintings of ships. Occasional like giant like jaws of like fish or like other sea creatures, and you're like, damn,
Were they
like someone had like a really
were
nice
they-
fishing day, I guess.
Were they a collector or a hunter? I'm sorry if that's a weird question.
More the former than the latter. They I don't know. They always wanted to leave and like go to like I think they had some family in Mercamar that they wanted to go to, but like they were stuck here because they just sort of like gestures back to like the shuttered window where it's like blazing hot out. There's just really bright light. There's like the slight whipping wind being stirred up.
Oh. Are there more collectors like them out there? These are
I don't
very
know.
impressive jawbones.
I don't really know much about them. Granted, I don't have much of an eye for interior decorating, so I just sort of like just leave it there because it's like, why fix it? It ain't broken. And no one's been like overly offended by the fact that there's some jawbones on the wall, so I figured there's no reason to remove them.
Oh, fair enough. I'm gonna finish. I'm assuming while I'm having, we're getting to the assumption like while we're having this conversation, I'm like putting the mechanical ration. I'm using mechanical rations there
Yes.
to like relubricate my
Yes.
joints and so on and so forth. And I guess I'll
Yeah.
wrap up and be like, well, this was a fairly informative conversation. Thank you. And I'm just gonna pack up and leave.
All right.
And obviously pay for the rations. How much do I own?
I am now stealing.
No steal.
I am
Thanks to
stealing.
talk. I'm taking it,
you-
by the way.
Yeah, these are great. You've been great.
He's like that. He kind of shrugs and goes, "That's technically not a menu item. I just threw together a bunch of stuff that was in the back that looked like it could be used from mechanical shop. Quite frankly, not to be rude, but you kind of acted as garbage disposal for me, so I'm not gonna charge
Hey.
for that one.
This worked out for me, I guess.
If I have,
That's a free.
if I have to put
Meal.
if I have to put something together in the future, then maybe I'll think about establishing a price. But there's not a lot of mechanical people around. To be honest,
Yeah,
there's more
we're a unique
vampires, not vampires, but just vampires, than there are mechanical people. You know what I'm saying?
I think I'm picking up what you're laying down. Wait, out of like the out of game. What were the names of like the people we're supposed to be collecting? Paladin and me. They had a name attached to them.
Speakers?
Speakers.
You're looking for the speakers. Yes.
Yes. You wouldn't have
Yes,
you
you're
don't happen
looking
to
for
know of
speakers.
any speakers around this town, would you? We're actually looking for them.
Yeah, the speaker actually occupies the largest suite in this inn, actually.
In this inn. Oh.
He's kind of he keeps the door locked and he tells us not to bother him, but you might be if you have important information, you could probably leave a note and slip it under his door or something. His name's Speaker Thielen, I think.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh.
Thielen, what's his name? He's sharp-witted. He's I don't know. It's Thielen. Speaker Thielen.
Speaker Thielen.
I don't know.
Alright. Well, that's genuinely helpful. May I knock on his door?
You're free to. He only gets mad if like we bother him. If you're gonna bother him, then like worst he'll do is complain about somebody to somebody about like being annoyed, but it won't be our fault then. If he doesn't answer,
Alright.
you could try. Like I said, sometimes I slip notes on his door to remind him for payments to maintain his suite, and also like reminders for certain things. But yeah, feel free to knock on his door if you want.
I think I will. Thank you. I'm gonna make a beckoning hand at not Ball, Paladin.
Bulk's there in the corner.
Oh god.
Roll
Found
for
him.
initiative.
The
shadow
sky
of
is
Mercury.
rent asunder. Reality shifts, descending from the heavens, ascending from the hells. Bulk arrives on the scene.
Hey guys.
Yeah, and he goes, "Hey, what's up?" Yeah, he goes, "Hey, what's
He's
up?"
super chill and he's picked up gardening since the last camp.
He's really working on his carpal tunnel. The claw grip really fucked Pac up back in the day.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Um,
follow him out now that he hasn't gotten himself killed. It's always,
Okay,
always a good day of watching after Sam.
I'm gonna brief Paladin on the situation, and I had already forgotten the speaker's name.
Teelan.
Teelan.
Yeah.
Alright, Speaker
Yeah.
Teelan is in room...
Teelin.
It's a cool name.
Teelan. Speaker Teelan is in
Yeah.
room...
I think someone's gonna pick a
So
much better
insane.
location.
This is I like this location. This is a good location. Wait, I can do this one though.
Okay.
Did you just DM him, Teelan?
I'm working
Are
on
you gonna email it to me?
Oh no! No,
Yes.
I would never.
That'd be
I would
crazy.
never.
I would no. That's no. That never.
No, me? Come on. This guy. Come on. This guy totally would. All right. Anyway, Speaker Teelan's in room. That room.
He's the it's this inn is like one of the few like buildings you've seen that's like has multiple floors, and Teelan is supposedly at the top with the largest suite.
All right. Well, let's investigate. What? Hey. So I'm alone with Paladin right now. So I'm asking.
Yep.
What do we tell these speakers? Because I don't know what our job is here. I don't know why we're trying to sell. There's gotta be some. Maybe we. There's gotta be a reason. I'll be honest. It escapes me. I'm not like prone to amnesia, but
Presumably we're
does-
supposed to gather them all up. And if we don't know what we're supposed to do after that, surely we'll find out at that point.
I'm sure the dots will be connected at some point. Once.
Like,
Like, I got all the dots here, and they're in a line, but it just
I
needs
just-
to be a line.
I can't quite draw it yet. And we're here. Hopefully. We're at room.
Yes,
Room. This is the room.
you've climbed up a couple of flights of stairs, and you're in front of a rather large door that has like a knocker on it.
Craftsmanship.
You're free
It's a
to-
fine door. I'm gonna knock on that
we
door.
should. Oh god.
All right. You go doom doom
Just leave
doom.
him a letter because he's irritable.
Nothing happens. Moment
Let's
passes.
just leave him a
Nothing
letter.
happens.
And
Another moment passes.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
Okay. I have a feeling. I have a suspicious feeling right now. So I'm going
we were
to
told.
knock very audibly. Very audibly. Hello?
Okay.
Speaker Teelan, we would like to speak with you. I just got that.
There was no joke.
Do you say that last bit outside? Do you say that bit out loud?
It's like laughing at the word fisherman because they fish. Like that's just the job. It's not
I get it. I get it. They fish.
Well, they do be fishing though.
They do. They do.
Yo, wait, Ty, wait until you hear about construction workers. Their work is construction. That's crazy. I know, right?
Oh, that's so fucking
oh.
constructive.
We're gonna hear about fly fishing.
Oh.
Oh.
Anyway.
Sam, we should
Yeah,
just
you
leave him-
you start
we should just
you
leave
start
him.
yelling out. Teal, would you like to speak
Okay,
with
so-
you?
Sam,
I need you to listen to
You
me.
hear
There have
heavy
been
heavy
suspicious
footsteps.
amount of vultures congregating
Sam, we don't need to get-
this in. I have a feeling. I could be wrong. I could definitely be wrong. I could fuck the entire mission right here by being wrong.
we don't want to make.
I really feel like there is a dead body inside of that room. I'm crazy. I know.
That's a really brash
I
accusation.
know. But
there-
That
imagine
you are making
There-
in front of the party of being accused.
Sam, you hear heavy footsteps. Both Sam, Powell, especially with your past perception, you hear heavy, plated
pull Sam away from
footsteps
the door
approaching
so
the
he's
door.
And pull
That
Sam
dead
behind
body,
me,
ooh.
away from the door.
Whoa.
Merging from the door. Hold on a
Christ.
second.
You don't leave him a note because he's irritable, and you walked up to his door and accused him of murder.
Not him of murder. I'm accusing him of being dead.
Much different. Much different.
Yeah.
You
I would
should
never
clarify
think
that with him
speaker-
quickly.
I'm audibly saying I would never think that Speaker Thielen would kill someone. However, if he's a speaker, maybe someone else got to him first. It's
First,
possible.
what are we here for?
We're here to talk to him. But maybe someone killed him.
okay.
And we want to make sure that no one killed him. Because that would be bad.
Answering the door is a harpy, somebody with that has humanoid features from the neck up, but complete past that is just all like molted feathers, very heavy wings. Instead of hands, they have very sharp like talons. This person is decked out in heavy armor with a long sword strapped to their side, a shield on their back, and they answer the door and they say, "Yes, hello. Is there an emergency that you need the speaker's attention?"
They appear at. Is there any discernible threat from this person in the current moment?
Make an
Like,
insight
is there,
check.
Is there like a speaker insignia near them, like a badge, or like
Dirty
a
20?
like a crest?
Oh,
Oh,
geez.
well, that'll do
Dirty
it.
20. This person is this is like
I don't mind if they're irritable.
So there's
I
a
just
sort of,
wanna
like,
know
re-
if I can let
they're
Sam out to talk.
they're very clearly irritable. They don't mean any obvious threat, but it's sort of like a resignation, like this could turn in like from their side of things. There's resignation that you guys could turn into a threat, and they're just like, here we go again.
Then I'm gonna step aside to let Sam talk, but I'm going to very clearly say to him, choose your words carefully.
So
The
what's poppin', boy?
person across the person behind
It's all
the person
you,
behind the
Lord.
door go, yes, choose your words carefully. Speaker's a busy man.
Okay. We would like to talk to Speaker Thielen
For what purpose?
to congregate the speakers.
I can pass along the message. What's the meaning of the congregation?
It's a reasonable question. I'm surprised you haven't been asked.
Honestly, I
You
didn't
have been
think this
asked that, but when you gave no answer, a lot of the people have been easygoing. They just kind of shrug. They're like,
but
all right,
that's the
well, I
part
guess
I'm
we'll find out when we get there. So the first one was just like, well, for what purpose?
You could always do a fun thing and lie.
Annual checkup.
Yeah, you could.
Annual. I can't say annual because if it didn't happen last year, they know we're lying.
Nah.
This is the first annual.
Touch base.
The start
You
of the
see,
annual
you
meeting.
see, you see the harpy across, like the harpy across, just taking up the entire doorway, just sort of like squint at you and just be like, "Very well, I will let him know
Say
about
business
the."
from-
And they sarcastically
Introduce
raise their eyebrows.
yourself.
Annual checkup, and then they're gonna close the door. They go to close the door unless you have any words you want to get out.
Sam, you
believe-
need to
I
get
believe.
in contact with your dad, with your father.
Possibly. They might have. Oh, I'm bad at this.
I
doing
think we're
great.
leaving.
I just
You're doing great.
imagine Sam in character just kind of like looking down like, oh man,
Oh man.
oh, beans.
I blew it, guys. I
Oh,
blew it. I
man.
knew I should have led with the joke. like what
Ugh.
are we doing?
Well, hopefully Dad won't be too pissed. Why does he even want the speakers to meet together? I'll be honest, I don't really
No,
get
that's
into
what
his
we need to
affairs.
talk to him about. That's-
We do need a tangible reason. Haven't talked to the guy since we
Since Nom.
we agreed to
no.
go on
What's
that
now?
boat. I'll be honest, I don't really know why I went on that boat. There's a lot of holes in my story.
All right. Well, for the time being,
Very introspective of Sam.
He ponders this briefly.
He ponders this briefly
Well-
and repeats this. He repeatedly states this internally. There's a lot of holes in my story. There's a lot of holes in my story. There's a lot of holes in
Well-
my story.
Anyway,
Do you get it yet?
Speaker Keelan's in good health. That works out.
That could be a hole in your story.
That's fucked up.
Me on a Friday night, baby. That's what I'm talking about. That's why he's the
Wanna get some
goat.
boba?
Right, forgot.
Boba D's nuts. Got him.
Oh,
Look, my objective was to get the speakers together, and if they're passing on the message, I'd say that's at least a C minus. That's a passing grade. All right, if
I
they
don't
get
know if
together,
we're at a passing
they got
grade yet.
together.
You just told them there's an annual checkup. They
pal,
think you're just a lying
pal.
random person.
You are free to share this with Sam, but your passive insight does grant you that they have no plan to share that with Speaker Teelan.
No, I'm just gonna
Well-
later. I'll tell Sam that we should probably check in with Speaker Teelan. We'll let him think what he wants for now.
He can think whatever he wants. I'm in no rush. It's not like the end of the world's happening.
No, you don't know that.
If it is happening, man, that'd be pretty unlucky. But for now, it's boba time. Let's go.
I'm not going for Boba.
All right.
I've guided Sam. He is no longer a discernible threat. I need to find Penny to talk about the Omeron stuff.
All right, I'm
all
really
right,
fixated on
well-
that boba, so I'm gonna pull out this taro boba from my
So-
fridge real quick.
So this is what's happening while Penny's going to Lucky Fortune with Karth and Kenzie, basically. While these misadventures are happening, Penny, you're taking the trail alongside Karth and Kenzie to Lucky Fortune. Are you silent most of the trip, or do you try to strike up
Kenzie
conversation,
silent
or are you
most
just
of
sort
the
of
trip?
trudging along? Yes.
Realistically, Penny's just going to try and read off of Kenzie and like not initiate because she still feels kind of bad, being like, "Hey, I know your friend died, but they're really useful to me, and I need the only thing you have left of them." So yeah, Penny would be probably pretty quiet. Maybe like
all right.
crack one joke, have it fall flat, and then just completely shut up for the rest of the trip.
Yeah, Karth, who's basically your guys' escort, gives you a gives like a little chortle to try to support the conversation. But when it's clear that you guys are both of you are remaining silent, he just sort of whistles a jaunty tune while just sort of like marching forward, leading you to Lucky Fortune. The two of them are heading straight for the house of the hideous hag. Unless you have any other business, you're free to enter with them.
I think I'm gonna let them do their thing. I'm gonna go to the place. I didn't write it down. The name. the place that I was coming over here to research. Is that the same place that they're going to, or?
Yes.
Oh, then yeah, I would go in with them.
All right. So inside, so the exterior of this temple is like very sharp and like almost like aggressive looking. But then as soon as you enter the doors, it's very like gentle. There's a lot of like relaxed. There's a lot of like very lax, I guess, interior design. There's like, instead of like pews that are lined up, those have included like pushed to the side, just be like benches that people can sit on the outskirts of the main room on, and there's just like a bunch of like blankets and cushions kind of just strewn about on the floor that people can just sort of like enter into like this common area. However, like marching through all that, heading straight for you, having heard the door, is an enormous 8-foot dragonborn who's like got like sort of almost like a smoldering look. He's a red dragonborn. He just like, as he walks forward, even from like a certain distance away, you can just feel the heat radiating off of him. Is very like, he's got this majestic like draconic aura about him, which later like breaks out into a gentle smile as he goes, "Greetings. To what do I owe these guests? I'm Deshawn." And Karth will speak up and like, sure, let me put it in Discord. While I do that, Karth will say, he'll say, "Howdy to Sean. I sent a letter up ahead. Want you to have a little chat with my friend Kenzie here, if at all possible." And it was just like, Karth will sort of like gesture like Kenzie forward, and Deshaun, you'll see like his gaze sort of soften, and be like, yes, Miss Kenzie. Of course, we can have our conversation." And then he'll turn to you, Penny, who, by the way, you're like 2 or 3 feet tall.
1'8".
This guy's like, so he's like 7 feet taller than you. So he has to like bend down, like get on a knee and hunch over. Then he's like, and what can I do for you, little one?
Oh, hi, my name is Penelope, Mr. Deshawn.
Pleasure to meet you,
I
Penelope.
was wondering...
Yes.
Nice to meet you too, sir. I was wondering, if I could maybe take a look at maybe ask you some questions and look at some of the books that you might have here? I'm researching something.
He quirks an eyebrow. He's like, "You have interest in my religious archives. May I inquire as to what you're researching, by any chance?"
Yeah. And she's gonna like kind of spin her bag around so it's in their front so she can dig through it. Pull out 40 or 20 pounds of incense and just gently set it on the ground, and then to continue to dig through her bag. And she's gonna pull out the Omeron necklaces and the javelin. Wait, I gave the javelin to.
You gave the javelin to Pal.
Fuck. Okay. Well, I
Good
will.
talk.
I will pull up the Omeron necklaces. It's like, well, we went to we were helping explore a tomb that was down by Fiolette, and it gave me there were some weird things happening in there, as well as a lot of stuff made of this. And she's gonna hold up the necklaces. And I was wondering if you had any insight.
He's kind of look at it. He's like, he's like scratching his scale beard basically for a moment, and then goes, pardon me. Apologies, Miss Penelope, but could you wait roughly an hour? I'd have to have a chat with Miss Kenzie for a bit.
Yeah, of course. Don't worry about it, sir. I'll just sit right here, and she's gonna sit down right where she's standing.
Yeah. You may explore the city, though do be careful for someone as young and small as yourself, or you are free to relax here.
Actually, do you mind if I do a little, maybe a little ritual casting just outside?
Of course. We also have rather sanitized section room off to the side. He gestures to like there's sort of like a room that like clearly had there's like stains on the stone that clearly indicated there was like furniture and like adornments on the
Oh, I
wall
thought
that
you
have
said
just
clearly
been like
indicated someone had
stripped bare.
shat in there, and I'm like, huh?
No. They're hung there. They're clearly like
premium shitter.
there are. It's like a completely cleaned out room. He's like, there's also a, basically sanitized room for ritual casting. I myself have to cast a ritual too from time to time. So
Do you
I
mind
use it
if I
for
borrow
that
it then?
instance. Be my guest.
So, thank you. Fuck you. Sorry, just dying. Like it sounded like he was getting quieter as he was dying. So like he just got fucking pulled away. And Penny's gonna like kind of grab like all her stuff up, kind of put it all together, carefully put the 20 pounds of incense back into her bag.
Yeah.
And go over to there and kind of set up take the big book off her back, kind of set up a bit. And I'm going to ritual cast Find Familiar.
Okay.
And I'm going to take Bert, who's currently in his like little bone snake hat ornament form,
Yeah.
and I'm going to spend.
Are you
10
keeping him in
gold.
snake form? Alright.
No. That's why I'm casting Find Familiar.
All right.
I had
Pardon
an
me.
idea of what I wanted to make it into, and I couldn't remember. I gotta look at it again. I should have made a note of this before I did this, but oh well.
Probably.
Was the one that I was gonna do?
Yeah.
Was it?
I don't know.
I'm looking.
What are you
hold
gonna
on.
do?
I think I'm gonna turn him back into an owl.
Okay.
So he's gonna kind of like.
Sure.
She's gonna like kind of reconfigure the bones, grab a couple more that she kind of kept on hand from the tomb, that were small enough to fit pretty easily, and just kind of spend the hour, just rearranging all the bones and kind of Lego constructing an owl. But it still has like the kind of snake-like head for a beak. It's a little weird looking. Just don't look at it straight on, and it'll be fine. It looks like an owl from a distance.
Okay. Let me bring out the Burt Owl. There he is.
Per towel, even. The bowel.
Oh, no.
But yeah. That is your thing.
And then if
Uh,
Deshaun's not done yet, Penny would just kind of wait quietly while she maybe peruses her own little spell book a little bit, just checking her notes, making sure she's all up to date.
Sure. Roughly an hour passes. A couple times while you're doing this, you hear like bang, like there's like a sharp banging and crash noise like happening in the above you, and like somewhere like past the rafters above you.
Yeah, Penny would definitely
and
get
it happens
nervous
like
about that, but not leave her spot.
yeah. No one seems to be running. Like you don't like see like any. There's no running. Everyone's running out like oh shit. It's just sort of like it just happens occasionally. And the only thing that's like remarkable about it is that it sort of like breaks the serene peace, because this is like a very like comfy place to like curl up and read a book, which is what you were doing after you cast your ritual. And then all of a sudden, just like there's just like a loud crash. And that happens one other time before Deshaun sort of is finished and just sort of like walking alongside Kenzie. Karth, who had left but had come back around the time that they would have finished, will just sort of like look to you and say, "Are you gonna need us to like stick around to walk back with you? If you want, we can like just sort of relax here if you want."
No, I think I should be good. Thank you, Mr. Karth.
And he kind of just shrugs and goes, "Yeah, sure, kid." And then he's gonna just sort of like gesture Kenzie out of the building.
Can I get a read, like an insight check on Kenzie, just as she's leaving?
Sure. Go ahead and make an insight check.
Fuck this stupid big ass die. Hold on.
Let's go.
I got a 7 total. Rolling hot.
7 total. Still silent. I don't know.
Yeah, as Penny kind of spots her leaving, she's gonna kind of pack up majority of her stuff. That's not Penny. There we go. I'll edit that instance later to see that I lost it. And
I can do that right now.
Oh, thank you. And then she's going to go up to Deshaun and be like, "Are you still busy?"
He'll turn to
expectantly like a
turn to you.
child waiting for their turn to use something.
I'll go. He's like, "No, I think my schedule is just about cleared up." By the way, I heard a few crashes while me and Miss Kinsey were having our talk. I hope you weren't startled at me.
A little bit. I did jump and I knocked over Bert, and then he scrambled all across the ground. I had to pick him all up again, but he's fine now.
Well, I apologize for the scare, and then he'll turn to the decomposing owl and go, "And I apologize that you were caught in the crossfire, Mr. Burt." He's like, he'll turn back to you and say, "That was just my my ward. They can be a bit excitable, though. I think right now they're rather nervous. They're having some friend issues, if I were. I don't know what the kids call it these days, I'm afraid."
It's called beef.
Oh, that got me so.
Well, that doesn't sound right, because he's rather fond of beef. That seemed to be distressing him. He's rather fond of the meats, especially beef. So
You said this was
he's
your
very likely not it.
ward?
Yes, my ward. Would you like to meet him?
I guess I am curious. Yeah.
Very well. And he'll gesture. He's like, "Do you wish to take the stairs or the ladder?" And he brings you off to the side, and there's like a spiral staircase that goes up and up and up, and then there's a ladder that heads straight towards a trap door in the ceiling.
I'll just take the stairs, and she's just kind of like,
It's like,
because I imagine the stairs are like, it's like normal people stepping up 2 steps for her to step up 1. So she's just kind of
yeah.
like big steps
like-
for each one.
He's like, "I'd very much prefer them as well. These old bones can't handle the athletics of a ladder, that is." And you can't tell quite exactly off the bat whether or not he's just trying to accompany you out of politeness or whatnot. But he seems to be walking at like an old. Yeah, he could just be walking at an old man's pace, but he hasn't revealed his age. He just calls himself an old man, and he sounds like one.
Could be lying to me.
But as you ascend further and further, he's actually a teenager.
No.
As you ascend
He's younger
further
than
and
I
further
remember.
up, you hear like there's an occasional like drop of something. There's like you hear the scraping of metals together, the twisting and turning of gears and sort of washers and nuts and whatnot. And there you see as you ascend entirely, there's a door that Deshaun will reach ahead and push open, and you'll see that there is like sort of like a pseudo attic area a little bit off to the side of the main temple area. And this place is best described as just like one big grease stain. There's like a bunch of scrap parts like spewed everywhere. There's like oil and grease stains all across the floor, and just amongst it all is just like a kobold running in between tables, just like working on something and then like kind of getting bored with it and then running over to another table and working on something else. and then running over to another table and working on something else, basically, over and over and over again.
Are they?
He's like,
She's just
they
gonna
just get
look back
very
at it.
into... Yeah. They can get really, engrossed in their work. And you'll see Deshaun sort of, like, reach over, and what seems to be, like, a cylinder that, like, you would see holds, like, a bunch of walking sticks. He pulls one out, just, like, slams one on the ground a couple of times. You hear, doom, doom, doom. And, like, the kobold will stop for a moment and go, oh, hello, Deshaun. Hi, friend. Hi. Hi.
Hi. We're not interrupting anything, are we?
No, I'm just bouncing ideas off of myself, I guess. Hi. And Deshaun's like, no, Sock. Miss Penny here is just visiting.
Sock?
Wanted to. He's like, well,
different
that is the name that I call them. As the kobold that was referred to as Sock just like puffs out the chest, and goes, my full name is Soccer Bopper. Pleasant to meet you.
Oh my god. My heart. That's so cute.
Wait, how do you spell it? Like exactly like it sounds.
Yes, absolutely.
Like soccer, SOCCER or SOCKER?
SOCKER.
He has my whole heart. This is my only
he's
note for
like-
this session.
Goes, and I'm a bit of a tinkerer, and like he gestures like all these tables that have like a bunch of unfinished projects. Like this, it's clear that this inventor is casting the net wide.
They're building wide, not tall.
No, absolutely. They're trying to pick up a bunch of different projects and ideas and talents without really focusing on getting one done and establishing it. But he's like, Deshaun will be like, he's like, it sounded like you had a little bit of a spill earlier, and, Miss Penelope here was just a bit curious about, what that could have been. It was rather startling. And you see, Sock will, like, Peppa go, oh, sorry about that. I was just, I was moving, she points at, like, a bunch of different tables. I was moving that one there and that one there because it was more efficient that way, and I was just, I got some wires crossed, but not actual wires, metaphorical wires. But they're uncrossed now, they're neat and tidy. The metaphorical wires, not the physical ones. Those ones still need work, but, I'm doing good. I'm good now. She get in, like, you see the kobold give, like, a shaky thumbs up, as if, like, they're, like, not, like, nervous or tired shaky, but, like, caffeine high shaky.
I was gonna say, like, they're just so full of energy their body can barely contain it.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, Penny, can I just look around the room to get a better idea of, like, what kind of projects he is working on, or they are working on? Just like a quick
Sure,
glance
go-
to ask.
Yeah, at a quick glance, like, I don't even think this is as much of a perception check. There's a table for, like, on one table there is sort of, like, looks like a crab-legged drone that's, like, got, like, these, these two grab hands, and, like, it's almost got, like, a spider-based body to it. But, like, neither arms are fully attached physically, just, like, they have wires that go from the arms into the main body. And one of the legs is, like, bent in the opposite direction of the others. There is what seems to be what looks to be just, like, a box that's made up of, like, several different openings and plates to it that seems to have, like, every single possible thing on this table plugged into it, and you're kind of nervous to guess what that could possibly be. And then there is what seems to be, like, two wheels that are connected to a flat board almost, except, like, one of the wheels is, like, not exactly attached. It's sort of just, like, held there and, like, there's no, like, screws or nuts tied to it, like, connected to it at all. and underneath the board, there's just like a mess of wires. It looks like a length of hair just kind of draped like over to the edge of the table. Like there's wires that just run from this board all the way down to the table, all the way down to the floor. And then like surrounding the walls, there's like shelves of, like I mentioned before, scraps. There's a lot of like there's a lot of jars filled with like mysterious substances. There's like a plank of wood that has a bunch of like has like a conspiracy board amount of like papers and like string tied across it. There's a separate board that's a bit smaller, and instead of like being like a conspiracy board, it seems to be like a set of letters that seems to be like in order, from like oldest to most recent. And this one has like several like extensions to it for like every new letter that like goes off the board. There's just like a new plank just sort of hammered onto it.
Jesus.
But yeah, that's like a brief description. Like I said, this room is also covered in like grease and oil stains. There's the occasional tool on the ground too. That Sock, as they're like running between tables, would like scoop up on the ground, like adjust something, and just like throw it over their shoulder, and then go to the next one.
Oh, so you're like an artificer, right?
He's like, yeah, I'm the best one here.
Together, finally.
Yeah, absolutely. Like hands on his hip, just like, I'm the best one there is.
So, do you work much with magic metals?
He like thinks for a second. He's like, yeah, I've worked with plenty. My friend just sent me a few. And I just sort of mess with them to see what they do.
Do you think you could take a look at this then? You may actually be the one I'm looking for to answer some of my questions. She's gonna pull out the Olmeron necklaces. It's only a small bit of them, but I can bring a bigger, an actual weapon made out of it. If you wanted to look at that.
Like, looks at the medallion, and goes, "Whoa! I've never seen anything like this before. That's crazy. What does it do?"
Yeah.
Like looks at you.
I don't know. I know it's magical, and it can be used in certain types of magic. But I don't really know much more past that. I was hoping you could. Maybe
You want me to
take a
find
look at
out?
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I could like find out. I could mess around and find out.
Mess around
when do you
and
want me to?
find-
When? He's like, Deshaun just like nods sagely, just like, good. No explicit language here.
It's the fuck. Penny doesn't
but
swear,
like,
but when she's told she can't swear.
yeah,
she wants to swear.
Sock will be like, say like, when do you want? I have a bunch of projects on the back burner, as you can see. Like, when do you want me to like tear this thing apart, so to speak?
Well, I'm gonna hold on to one of them. I can give you the other. But we'll be in the area for quite a while. If you could just, when you can, no rush, but kind of rush. I don't need it now, but I would like it.
Like, sure. I've torn a bunch of stuff apart. It kind of reminds me of the thing that my pen pal, he sent me stuff that was like kind of like this, but he also like talked about stuff that was much like the stuff he described was a lot different than what he sent, and what he talked about was a lot more similar to this.
What did he send you?
He sent me some letters, and like he points over to like his board. Pardon me. You'll see. I'll point to some letters. Some of them describe like, they're very vague, and the ones that aren't vague seem to be like almost like encrypted through a cipher that you see. Like some scratch writing from, like, you assume Sock as he's trying to decrypt it using some sort of code that these two have established. But what isn't encrypted, there seems to be talk about, like, plans, a sort of, hold on a second, let me pull up the notes for this guy. The friend's name is Meredith. He seems to be talking about a project of sorts to, that addresses the Bright Blight, as he calls it. Let's see here. Yeah, he's there's a lot of vague. It is. There's a lot of vague talk about a device that would create stability. There's a lot of emphasis on that. And he says like he was able to find like in some of the decrypted languages that you see that the scratch work that Sock did, that there's a lot of complicated words that you can't just like. It seems he couldn't decrypt like at a glance, and so he looks at that. You look at those notes, and it talks about the stuff that this guy Meredith is trying to emulate was first originally done in like this weird crimson onyx metal that was sturdier than steel but easier to mold. And so he's trying to create an equivalent of that. Yeah.
It seems that Olmeron has those properties, huh?
It seems, yeah. So based off of that, you're able to interpret like he's trying to emulate something that was first done with Olmeron.
Okay. We only have a little bit. All we have is like the one javelin and the necklaces. So I guess I would kind of, as I'm reading through them, and just kind of like taking notes on my own. Do you mind if I take some notes on these? I think
he's like, oh yeah, sure. He's not a criminal, and he kind of shrugs like, I'm not a guardsman. He looks at Deshaun's like, that's not suspicious, is it? And Deshaun's like, just like smiling like a parent that's like sees their kid like mess up like do something horrible, and just being like, kids, am I right?
You can't, if you see a kid fall over, you don't go like, ooh. You just give them a neutral expression, because then they're gonna think they're not hurt.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I think what your friend Meredith, I believe. I think what he's describing, the metal here, is, from what I've gathered, is the metal that I brought you, this Olmeron. I don't know exactly what it can be used
really?
for.
Well, then he holds it back out. It's like, then do you need me to tear this apart, or do you still want me to do that?
Actually, would I be able to meet with Meredith?
Sure. You can like. He's not the most popular person. Granted, he's like he like looks out a window. He looks out like a window that's faced north. He's like, he's about like 6 hours that way.
North? Into
yes.
the mountains?
Out of town. Yes.
Fuck.
He's like he's at the mountains, but he's like
Fortune are like 2 hours ish, right?
Yes.
Fucking.
And that's simply because yeah. It's not straight to the mountains. It's like roughly around this area. Like Sock will like pull out like a map and just like sweep a bunch of stuff off the table that will all go clatter to the side and like lay out like a really dirty map and just like circle with oil on his finger, just like this area right here. Like he's right around here, you know?
Oh, okay. Yeah, because if I.
But yeah, that's roughly like 6 hours that way. We usually send messages. He sends like a magic creature of some sort to send his message. But he hasn't sent a letter in like a month or two. He said he was on the verge of a breakthrough on the last one. He points to like the most recent letter. He's like, but yeah, you know, yeah, you know how as this as I can get. Yeah, sure. The most recent letter is just like, yeah, absolutely. It says, so it says, like, dear Soccer Bopper. It says like, I'm on the like, it's basic. Yeah. Please, Mr. Bopper was my father. Don't. Yeah. Call me by my European name, Football. Actually.
Football Bapper.
Crap! I lost the fucking note now.
final
Okay,
note
so
that he
basically
said?
what it says... what's the final note? So, it essentially mentions, like, he's on the verge of a breakthrough, like, regardless of all the setbacks he's faced, he's on the verge of a breakthrough. He truly believes that this will help the region of Sebin. He hopes to do proud, like, by his god, by his deity, by all those who have supported in the past, and he thanks Sakuraba for being a constant companion in these trying times. And that's the last letter. Most recent one, I should say, not quite last.
Yeah, most recent, as in like a month or two.
Yeah.
Do you want? Do you know if they're okay? Hey, looks like.
I mean, like,
worried.
he's gone. This isn't the longest he's gone silent for. He went silent for like half a year one time, but he came back. You just get like really into your work, you know. Like you see him like gesture to like his workspace. Like you just get really into it, and then you see him just sort of like hop off the stool that he's like talking to you on, and just like begin to scoop up all the stuff that he swept off the table, and just like unceremoniously dump it back on the table in an even more disorganized manner.
Yeah, I understand, but I mean, I could take this to Meredith, and maybe it can help him, and he can help me.
Oh, maybe
if
like
you want me to, I can check in on him for you.
Oh, I'd appreciate that for sure. I don't know how much he needs Omeron. Like, through our notes and like gestures to like the letters, there's points where it indicates he's trying to emulate an effect similar to Omeron, but he does not want exactly Omeron. This guy has it indicates that like the benefit for you is that this guy has studied Omeron in depth. He does not require Omeron. Basically, he's trying to do something akin to it.
Well, at the very least, I could check in on him, and maybe he can give me some information.
If you do that, I'll gladly I'll give you one of my projects. I'll work on a project and I'll have it for you when you get back.
Oh fuck yeah. Sorry, that was me being like, "Fuck yeah, crap."
Yeah. Maybe I'm gonna do a off
there's no
session
way I get to
roll,
choose
basically figure out what
project he works on.
No, you do not. You have no idea. Like, it depends entirely on like how long this guy's medication stays active for.
That's it. That'd be awesome, Sock. I'd really appreciate that. Oh, also, sorry, Deshaun, I got. Do you the texts that I came here to read, and the questions I came.
He's
to
like,
ask.
he holds up a hand, like, it's no worry. I'm just glad that my little boy has another friend to talk to.
Oh.
It was nice meeting you, Sock. I'm with the group actually right now. And we can probably in the next couple weeks maybe go up and check on him, and I'll let you know when we come back.
It's like, thanks. That gives me more time to work on your reward. And like, Sakami like leaps up like from the ground onto a table, just on all fours like a gremlin, just starts like bringing things together into a pile.
Just imagine like fucking ring all fours.
Yeah, basically. Yes. But yeah. Deshaun will like lead you out and gently close the door and be like, he seems to be in a better mood. If you do go out to assist, or go to meet his friend, I should say, assist him in his worries, stop by the temple on your way out. I'd love to. I understand that the journey's quite far. I'd like to give your group a blessing of sorts. Or make sure you can, in order to assist with the travel and whatnot, you know?
Oh, we would appreciate that. Thank you, Mr. Deshaun.
Oh, of course. After all, you're helping out my dear ward, so it's certainly no trouble at all. Now, I believe you wanted to take a... Yes. He may occasionally smell, but he's very dear to me. And he's like, now I believe you wish to I believe you wish to examine some of the texts that I've rounded up. Now, I warn you, you seem to be questioning about a medal of some sort. I'm afraid
was
that
just-
we...
She like kind of interjects.
Yes,
and just like, oh, that was just one of the things I had questions on. I also had some more questions about where I actually found it, and I thought maybe you might have some answers.
You said you found it in a crypt of sorts. That's very likely a religious site of some kind.
Well, it was kind of like a mausoleum, but it was also a crypt, and it was. It's not important. It was down by Field.
I can't imagine the way you describe it. Kind of sounds like an underground stronghold of some sort, but maybe that's just me.
How many times can we do this bit?
Okay, let's see. But you say, anyways, I tend to collect. There was already a decent collection of religious texts and chronicles in the as you would say basement of this temple, and I decided to just in my free time collect every one that sort of blows in from out of town. So I do have a decent collection that we can look through if you'd so desire.
That would be really
Anything
nice.
particular you'd like to look for then?
Anything related to, and she opens up her little notebook and just kind of scrolls through it, as I also do that to make sure I get the names right. Al Gowl, I know he's some sort of divine-like being, and Aya Honore, which is I believe the name of the stronghold we found the medal in.
So while he's like, Deshaun will lead you like underground, and as you're like listing off this stuff, he'll like pause for a moment as he's like opening up a crate and pulling out scrolls of various types. He goes, Ionore, that just sounds elven, to be honest. I there might be some significance to that, but we'll see. Because luckily, this dragon one does speak elf. Let's see. Let me pull up the notes for Algao. And goes. Let's see. Algao. Make an investigation check with advantage because the Deshaun is helping you.
Let me prep my notes, get ready for information to be received into it.
As he lays down like a bunch of like, a bunch of
20.
scrolls.
Ooh.
Gaming?
Natural
Okay.
20 plus, hold on, my investigation is
For
huge.
total.
My brain is massive.
For a total of
So 25 total.
25 total. All right.
A natural 20.
Goes. Algao. It's like he'll pull out like occasional scrolls here that like make reference or mentions to it. He's like, the name shows up like once or twice in these scrolls here, and some over here. There's only one scroll that seems to actually talk about them, and that would be this one. And he carefully, very delicately lays out a very brittle, old like papyrus. He spreads it out for you, and it's as for like the mentions and allusions to Algao, there's some that describe him as like some like can make connections to Algao in sand. Others call them the Great Turtle. Others don't like describe him with those. It seems the intent behind the author that's describing Algao, in some of the more detailed references, don't like refer to them with disgust, but they associate Algao with the concept of disgusting. As for the main scroll that Deshaun was able to acquire for you, it talks of the great there's like it's a sort of like it's almost sort of like a poem, but there's plenty of bits that have been like faded away and like destroyed to irreparable and illegible like degrees. But it makes reference to Algao sort of like eroding away and tearing apart the battlefield amongst gods, You see, there's mention of a like Algal retreating to somewhere. You see, you see that the hold on a second.
Oh, good.
You see a uh, a uh, a at some you see like references of Algo being on the brink of destruction, of being completely wiped away and scattered to the wind, appropriately for his sandy nature, before he received a random blessing in the form of it's described as like a gift from the sky. It doesn't specifically say from the stars, but a gift from the sky, sent by what is described as a eye aspect.
I'm gonna need a spell on that.
Yes.
Oh boy. That's a capital I at the start?
Yes.
It's an L.
Is it an L or a capital?
It's not an L. It's not
That's
an
an
L.
I.
That would
How
not-
dare you? Fuck you.
that would not-
Aspect.
Respect.
If it was French,
If it was
make
French, that would
sense.
make a lot of sense. Yeah.
That's why I was like, oh, it could be a real word.
What's French?
What the fuck is a French? Okay, so
But yeah, the finishing lines of the scroll sort of describe that instead of regaining her position of power or establishing some new a standard for themselves, it mentions that Algal took their blessing and further retreated into it says isolated palace is basically the word that it translates to.
to quote, isolated palace. Okay.
But yeah, the inspired notes of it is that Algal is the sand god, roughly tied to the concept of erosion, and is also associated with the concept of disgust, and was once involved in some type of war or
And they're
conflict with
often
other
depicted, or at
powerful
least
beings.
You're often depicted or at
Associated with
least perceived
turtles.
as a turtle. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
And then they were somehow involved in a battle with the gods, and often had a physical effect on the battlefield itself. It was almost
Yes.
eradicated, but then left,
Yes.
fled, and in the process of fleeing, was blessed by an eye aspect, which then they,
Yes.
instead of using it to turn the tide of battle, they took it and fled further to a, quote, isolated palace.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Penny's just kind of like... her hat is like fully off at this point, like off to the side. She took it off when she came in, but she was kind of just carrying it around. But yeah, it's just fully off to the side, and she's just like engrossed in reading it. And if I needed to cast comprehend language just to read it, she would have.
You don't need to at any point because it seems that Deshaun is fluent in whatever languages that can be translated. He's fluent in Elvish, Underdark, and let me see, what other languages does Deshaun know? He knows a shit ton. Damn. Okay. Well, yeah. Basically, you have no need to. He also knows Primordial. Cool. You
Damn,
don't
my
need
boy
to.
be speaking.
You do be speaking. But yeah. That's all
A lot
you're
more
able to
information than
get
makes
so
sense to
far.
get.
Yeah,
Way
you
more
rolled a
than I thought
natural
I would
20,
get coming
so
here. Yeah. Oh boy. Okay. This is exactly what I was looking for. Thank you, Mr. Deshaun. She's just kind of re-looking at her notes.
yeah.
Kind of trying to put your piece together.
Yeah, you'll
So,
You'll get like a hearty chuckle from the old man, and will say like, "Just glad that this whole dragon's hobby was able to be of use to someone."
Oh, you're not that old. You look quite young to me, Mr. Deshawn.
He gives like he like wags his finger like you don't know that.
And yeah, so Penny would kind of just like thank him for the information, and then kind of like spend a little bit more time just kind of surface reading some of the other information in here. Maybe it's not directly
Absolutely.
related, but just like expanding her knowledge a little bit about
Sure.
whatever gods and infos there are, and then like maybe like an hour or two later, like fully depart and head back to Cardos.
I'm gonna roll. How do I roll a d20 at disadvantage? I'm gonna do a secret roll real quick to see if you're just spending time to just immersing yourself in Okay, unfortunate. Never mind.
No,
That was a yeah.
my studying for nothing.
Yeah, that was like, oh, you get bonus points for sticking around and trying to like familiarize yourself with the concepts of divine and whatnot. Let's see. Nope.
No,
Not quite.
punished. Explode. Yeah, and then before it gets too dark, Penny would head back to having Bert, being an owl, to help keep kind of fly around her, like keeping a perimeter and keeping watch. Walk back to Cardos to meet up with everybody.
Before you head out, like you see, like Deshaun will see like the sun that's he's like, do you need an escort, Miss Penelope, or
Oh, no, I'll
can
be
you
right.
handle yourself on your own?
Bert's really helpful when
sure
we're on
this-
the road.
This man may be old, but he's not afraid to bust some heads if anyone wants to cause any trouble around here.
I really appreciate it, Deshaun, but I'll be fine by myself.
Very well. You're free to visit anytime, and do bring your friends if you think they'd enjoy the company of Sock. That is.
I feel like they would dunk on Sock, but yeah.
he waves you away, and we'll you head back to Cardos. You make it back, but like it's still like it's your reason for going back is more so like you find yourself reaching like the point of exhaustion. You're like kind of nearing your limits in terms of like research and whatnot.
Yeah.
And you're able to make your way back to the party, wherever you guys are staying. You're able to find like you meet up with Pal, Sam, Noda, and Gris seem rather like panting and like sweaty and whatnot, but like other than that, not really. In fact, like I'd say like Gris, who's like actually that they both don't seem that sweaty or like hard worked. Actually, now that I think about it, based on their roles, they're just like they seem more proud than they do seem like
We're like, yeah, we did
like
stuff.
tired or exercise.
Wow,
Like,
that
yeah,
workout didn't hurt
I
at
did it.
all.
Oh, did you guys
Just
work out today?
effortless.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did. And I like flexed and then kissed my bicep.
I also flex.
Do they look any stronger by any stretch of the imagination?
Probably not.
No, and they wouldn't if they worked out like that. You don't see immediate changes the moment you pick up a dumbbell. Fuck.
I'm just saying, like, was there any sort of like clue to be like, yeah, they did put in a lot, like maybe like having trouble, like I guess sweat and like all that, like any
you
sort of
don't
effort.
see their arms, their biceps, their forearms. They don't seem to have any mass. It could be hidden by their fur. You're like, if you're giving them the benefit of the doubt, maybe their fur is
like to
hiding their
imagine-
true muscle mass.
I like to
but-
imagine if I were to grab Gris's arm, it would just keep going until I get to like almost a fully closed hand. Because all the fur is just all the mass of it.
Yeah,
Really got those bony arms underneath.
Got them bony arms, but the fur makes
got
up.
them bony arms.
Exactly. Just like anchor arms, but just version of it.
you just like stick your snout into your fur and just blow, and it all puffs out.
Yeah, no, I actually like kind of brush my fur back a little bit on my arm so it sticks up
Puff it up.
higher. So so my arms look
That's
big.
exactly what I was thinking. Same brain.
The thing is that otter fur is really short.
She can still
Yeah.
do it.
It look like a.
I don't think
puffed
Noda
up
thought
eagle.
that. Hold on. Yeah, I rolled a 2. Noda did not think to do that.
Yeah, so Penny would meet back up with them at the end and just kind of like generally talk about what she found, and that she would like to possibly meet up with the rest of the group, maybe to discuss the next plan of action, because she may have some more, maybe not work, but something that she wants to do.
Okay.
For her for her new friend Sock.
Oh yeah,
Um,
you'll probably meet him when we go by there. But I met a kobold. He's a really, seemed to be a really skilled artificer named Sock.
His name is
That's
Sock.
such a cool name.
Yeah, it's short for soccer bopper.
Does he
Oh.
also wear socks? Like, is he wearing socks?
Is he
I
good
don't
at
know. I wasn't
popping?
looking at his dogs, so I don't really know.
What's a dog? What do you mean? Like, does he has pets?
Yeah, sure.
why was your question? What's a dog? Wait a minute.
What's a dog?
Yeah, no, I know what a dog is. I know, like, let me...
What's a dog? You're a
Like,
druid.
Penny's just like-
Hold on a second.
Penny's just going to, in her brain, not connect that Noda is not asking about the projects, like the crab. It's like, yeah, he's got pets. They got pets.
Oh, that's neat.
I'm
I
gonna
always wanted a dog growing up, and my mom said I couldn't. She's like, you're not gonna walk it every day. I'm like, yes, I am.
It seems kind of weird because you.
Is this above board or below
Hold on,
board?
I'm gonna hold that comment to myself, if that's all right, Noda.
Okay.
The fuck, like, what do you mean? Didn't you live in like a tribal commune?
Yeah. So I couldn't have a dog, but we collectively had a dog.
Oh, okay.
I just wasn't allowed to have a personal pet.
Hmm.
That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Were
mean,
you the
to be fair,
Communodog's
I'm
favorite
8.
or no?
You know, that's true. That's true.
That's strangely
I
self-aware.
would ride him sometimes. Remember riding him growing up? He was
Yeah,
a big dog.
I remember
He
one
could
of the.
fully support the weight of a bear cub. It was crazy.
That is really crazy, Noda.
He's just built different.
I remember one of our the neighboring shops near us used to have this really old cat. Back where I grew up in a. I never gave the town I grew up in a name. My hometown.
No, you didn't.
That's one thing I skipped out on. Oopsie.
By the way, Penny, in your head you hear Sam's voice say, "My story has a lot of holes in it."
What do you hell that happened?
It's weird. It's like, where is he?
Sam's gonna sneeze. Just feels like he doesn't have the faculties to sneeze, but he's gonna sneeze anyway because he wants to.
All right,
Uh,
I'll roll for sneeze.
Roll for sneeze.
If you roll too low, you fail.
17.
Oh, you sneeze.
Yo, you hit that odd shoe, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, I know.
that
I know what you're saying. I already know what you're saying. Don't worry, pick it up while you're laying down.
Yeah, but Penny would continue saying like, yeah, this really old kind of grumpy cat.
Grumpy cat?
Yeah, and he would
Grumpy
just kind
cat?
of like every time we would walk by the storefront, he would
Same
basically
head.
like face plant against the glass. And I think he broke his nose
he
doing that one
likes
time.
you.
No, I think he wanted to kill us.
Oh,
Oh.
that's kind of
You want
weird.
some really strong glass then.
Yeah, he broke his nose. I think he broke his nose like twice.
Oh.
So his face was really flat by the end of his life.
You know, some people seek those kinds of pets out.
Really?
Oh,
That seems
messed
really
up.
unhealthy for the entire life being of the animal and the fact
Yeah,
that
they're just in.
and
their
Penny's just gonna
entire
launch into a
existence is
whole
suffering.
rant.
Noda's nodding along like, mm-hmm.
Yeah, Penny's, for the rest of the time until Paladin and Sam rejoin us, Penny is just going to be ranting about the fact that you need to have a proper functioning way of breathing for an
And
animal
the
to
thing is
exist without
that-
suffering.
at least Noda has like done nothing to indicate that they like disagreed with this in any way, and I was like, yeah, you're telling me stuff I already know, but I'm gonna agree with you more.
I'm like running my hands along my snout and steadily appreciating that it's functioning.
Yep.
I can
Yeah,
breathe.
then we would just kind of
I
chit
can
chat
fight.
Sam. Just chit chat. Also, I know it's a little early for it. Actually, it's a little late for it. Do we want to take a break and then reconvene with all the knowledge
Sure.
that we have learned?
Wait, like break, like real life break?
Yeah, just like a
Yeah.
10-minute break. Piss.
That's
some
actually
shit.
perfect.
10-minute break.
Honestly, like,
Be yeah.
5 p.m.
Be back at 5.
Yep.
Does sushi last if it's been outside for 2 days?
Absolutely
No.
not. Throw that
Outside?
away.
No.
I should probably spit this out.
What do you eat?
I mean,
What do you have in your
depends on
mouth?
it. Some of it'll just taste bad and not actually be like dangerous, but a lot of it will be. 'cause it's, like,
Imitation
raw
crab
fish.
meat doesn't go bad, right?
It's made out of fish.
Imitation?
Yeah.
Well, dude, it's
It's
not fake meat. It's like
It's cooked fish.
How long until
Uh.
imitation crab? This says last in the fridge. I'm gonna
I would-
delete in the
just
fridge.
say on the counter. I guess. But most people would say that.
How long does imitation crab sushi last on the counter?
If left at room temperature, the
About
shelf life of
4
imitation crab is 4 hours.
Okay, so 48
And
hours
after which
is a
point it is
bit
not
more
safe
than
to
that.
consume. Yeah, don't do it.
But there's a 4 in there, so you might be good.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But it
It's,
tasted
it
funny,
is a
so I
multiple
spat
of
it
4.
out.
Look at that.
I don't want to
Good
show
instinct
you.
got there.
I could show you, but in case you're planning on eating later, probably not.
Yeah, hard pass.
Okay, so I'm going to find a receptacle for this, and I'm going to
I'm gonna go
hopefully
make hot
not
dogs.
puke.
I will be back.
I have gummies. I can eat gummies.
Ty,
What
if you
type
take
of
edibles
gummies,
before our
Ty?
fucking tournament match.
These are no, like actual gummies.
Okay, I have to make sure.
Eat the gummies.
Now I
and
will go
Pop-Tart.
get food.
Is he gone?
It looks like he's gone.
Sick.
You're safe. Go, go, go.
Go, 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 go,
Just
go, go, go,
blaze.
go. I'm gonna kick myself. I have like no food around here that's edible.
Reminds me of that one like ad you see in the movie theaters a bunch where it's like a really poorly green skinned guy that like tries to kick himself. It's like a real estate ad, I think. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I am that guy. I could look it up. I haven't heard about that though.
Yes.
I did not think this through. Wait, when is the tournament game? D&D ends at 6. Tournament game's
Yes.
at 9? So I can catch a bus to get food on campus, I think. Yes, there is a bus at 6:01.
It's
This will
time
do.
for your Jake Paul apology. I've repeatedly made a continuous mistake.
And I am sorry for getting caught.
Yeah, you're saying
My
the
bad.
quiet part out loud there, Ty. Did you say my bad? Is that the reaction people have?
My bad, as they're currently doing it.
Oops. Oh.
Well, hopefully I didn't just poison myself. It was a little bit
Hopefully.
get in the stomach. I guess I'll find. I'm gonna hold on. I have to find out how long food takes for food poisoning to set in.
It depends on the food. It also depends on your metabolism and digestive tract. I think. Could be
So-
pulling that shit out of my ass. But some people have stronger stomachs. It's just how, like, some people are just built different, is what it ends up being.
Okay, so it could start any point between a few hours and several weeks later, though 1 to 2 days is generally what we're looking at. Okay, so
Yes.
I could. How long does food poisoning last? I'm really
Jesus,
weighing my
Ty.
I'm weighing my options. I'm hungry, and there's like this
Ty,
perfectly not
do you
good
have
sushi right there.
do you have okay, no, do not consume the sushi. Do not.
In 12 to 48
This is
hours.
why I keep like this is why I keep like protein bars like in my room at all times because it's just like in case I'm
Do not
hungry.
sell marijuana to my husband. Okay.
I'm Skylar White, yo.
I'm Skylar White, yo. My husband is Walter White, yo?
Yo.
He told me everything. Oh, I have a Pop-Tart! Okay, no, it's so saved. Oh, this is the good ending. Okay, so I'm gonna mute myself now.
What just happened?
Oh. It's fucking murder happening out there.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Wait.
Oh shit.
Hey, one sec. I gotta send this in. Some. I made it back. Even though I'm the only one that plays it, but
Let's go.
weeks to get back there after I lost like 9 games in a row. Meal, you don't get to have hot dogs. Can cats have hot dogs? They can't.
What?
right?
I'm pretty sure they can. If
Hot
you're careful
dogs-
about it. They might choke
dogs
on it, so
are
you have
like-
to dice it up.
Can cats?
They're
eat-
pork. They're pork trimmings, right?
Hot
And
dogs.
cats eat like
Technically,
rodents.
can,
Hot dogs?
but they shouldn't. Seems to be the
Yeah, because like
internet
hot dogs are like
consensus.
mystery meat. Aren't hot dogs like basically like it's
They're like all the-
as much of a mystery what
the
it is made
trimmings.
out of?
Like,
Yep. Yeah, the trimmings.
And
Is what that,
when you are like processing meat, anything that isn't quite like on a cut or like in like just in a cut of meat, just like the extras after all the meat, after literally all the cuts of meats have been cut off.
hmm
That's what hot dogs are made of. And usually it's they mix animals, so you could be
Yep.
getting a lot of different shit.
Yeah, it looks like
Like horse.
she could, but it probably isn't the
Peter.
best idea. I could get her something better. than that.
the horse is
Like-
here.
A horse is here, Peanut.
Peter, the horse is here.
So I started watching Witch from Mercury, the new Gundam series.
How's it?
It starts off so fucking strong.
Wait,
I
Should I
don't
watch it
like
back?
where this is going.
Gundam Witch from Mercury.
Okay, it starts out strong. Is it?
Yeah, it starts out strong where a child. I guess I shouldn't. I guess this is just the prologue. If you think you'd be interested, watch the prologue.
Okay.
There's an episode 0. That's just like it's the length of a regular episode.
Yo, I read this.
Wait.
Yeah.
So Gundams are like pretty
Gundam.
notorious
It's
for
its own
being
genre,
Wow,
but
cool
there's
robot.
A lot
Yes.
Wow,
It's literally
cool
war is
robot.
bad. Wow, cool robot.
Okay, I can get down
Like,
with
that's
that.
where that's where the original meme came from.
That kind of sounds like Code Geass, but slightly different, less
Yeah,
There
psychological.
is a clear most famous Gundam show. Unless it's been surpassed by something that I don't know about, but Jackson's
Mercury?
favorite is Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann.
That's a
Gurren
mech.
Lagann!
That's a mech show. Not
Yeah,
a
but they
Gundam
always
show.
get grouped.
Yes.
Gurren Lagann!
I know
need to
it's
finish that.
technically not, but I think it even has the tag on MAL.
Oh, probably. Mainly
Oh,
because
no.
Gundam invented the mech genre, pretty much,
Mm-hmm.
as we know it today.
Yeah, when I first got into MSU, not first got on MSU campus after summer of this September, that's what it was. I met a guy with
Do
a
you
Gurren
remember?
Lagann. Yeah, the 21st night. Awesome. There's this guy. You lose my train of thought. Fuck you. Named
Yes.
Sam. His name was Sam. Unrelated. Actually unrelated. He had a Gurren
I
Lagann
Googled.
necklace of the drill, like of that one that Simone uses.
I think Jackson had one of those,
Pretty sure, yeah. I think Raoul did as well.
if I'm not mistaken.
I can see that.
For sure, we all knew somebody that did.
Yeah. Just like how we all knew.
Well, so far
somebody.
we would just by knowing Jackson or Raul.
But it's like the like, general rule. Just like everyone knows somebody that has the green Legend of Zelda shirt, cargo shorts fit.
I have a gray Legend of Zelda shirt with cargo shorts.
I'd say
That
counts.
fit goes crazy, though. That fit goes
so
crazy.
So, any boba enjoyers in the VC?
I've never had
Literally
it.
Anybody? Really?
We accidentally
wait.
bought a bunch of boba straws for work, but that is the closest I've gotten.
Okay,
Damn.
so
You're
You
already
would really
dancing?
like that, I think.
You
Okay,
have to
so
go get
Blake,
boba.
we can walk to Koala from here. Well,
True.
I can't.
No, I've
It would
passed
be
it getting sushi because what's it? Omi is right next to it.
yeah. It's. I think the bestest boba to give to someone who hasn't had it before. Get the brown sugar milk tea. Holy,
Brown sugar's pretty classic.
it's so good. Like,
if you
okay,
like sweet
I'm-
beverages.
I'm drinking the taro boba. I'll be honest, I'm not personally a fan, but I can see why people really like it.
I like taro because it reminds me of just like vanilla bean flavored.
It's got
It
like
tastes like vanilla ice cream to me specifically.
there's like that irk flavor in taro that like reminds me of like eating like food in my childhood that I feel like I should have liked but really didn't. It's
Yeah, there
hard to
might
put
be
my
a
finger.
cultural obligation to like it, but
Sorry, I'm back. Dog did not want to
Okay.
go outside. I did lure her with a treat.
And now I've done the more questionable decision of putting Pepsi in the premium in the empty bottle. Yeah, boba cup. And we're getting hints of
creaminess.
it's
like-
biting me. It's biting
It's
back.
like a more subtle Pepsi vanilla.
It's like Pilk but complicated.
Ugh.
It's like,
I would say
Pilk-
Pilk, but good. But Pilk
I would say Pilk 2.0, but this is probably a step back, so Pilk 0.75. But yeah, brown sugar boba. Unironically, that is my like top 3 favorite beverages. It is up there next to milkshakes.
Alright.
Very good. Highly recommend. But is everyone here now?
Alright. I think we're... It's not a yes or a no.
I think we're all good.
No, I'm good.
Alright.
I'm good.
Okay. We're waiting for basically Pal and Sam to reconvene with the other 3.
Yeah,
Eventually
after
that
they mess with
happens.
the speaker, I am looking for Penny, so that shouldn't be too long.
Yeah, you would probably know
Alright.
I'm out of town, so I guess you guys would just faff about until later in the night when we all reconvene.
There will be much faffing. I believe Sam's primary objective now is to get in-game boba.
What are you? Are you a spider eggs or are you a tadpole kind of guy?
I'm kind of looking the spider eggs. Like these could have some pretty decent texture to them.
They have a good crunch.
They do, actually, they do.
And if you get a live one, ooh baby,
Poppin' both.
Mm.
it's like Szechuan peppers.
Oh, you bite the boba, it bites back. Ooh. Literally. Oh, ow, ow. I need to get.
Fuck.
Am I dying? I can't feel
Am
my,
I dying?
I can't feel my legs.
You don't have legs.
Oh, right.
The reveal.
I like the idea that there is no physical. We start slowly adding physical attributes to Sim, and he just turns out to be a.
I'm just saying, the funniest one to add is a tongue.
That's horrifying. Well, I'm
It's a
going
regular
to
human tongue. Rest of the mouth's metal. Human tongue.
I
You know when you like accidentally bite your tongue though?
Yeah.
yeah.
Smash
Can
it.
you imagine with the jaw strength of just like a metal
Sorry, my
automaton?
tongue got caught in my jaw gear.
Oh, and just fucking
Shit is ripped
spray.
off.
And you just regrow it. It's organic.
Regrow
Regrow it.
the whole
I
time.
wish any.
But yeah, we would wait around, and when they get back,
Yes.
we would all reconvene and begin to share the information we have gleaned from our day's travels.
How was the Planet Fitness?
Okay.
So when they get back, I would just kind of be like, "Oh, pal, Sam, we're over here," and just kind of wave him down to our table. Assuming we're just in the fucking common room of the inn.
Presumably we'd walk over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Penny,
I
did you
got-
find anything else out about the Omeron?
Yes, actually, I figured out a lot today. And my brain hurts.
Oh.
But okay, I guess I'll start with the Omeron. So, when I was in Lucky Fortune, I met with a kobold named Sock. And apparently, he has a friend north of Lucky Fortune who is working with not Omeron specifically, but Omeron-like materials, trying to kind of recreate what it can do. And his main goal was, I think, to end that, and she's gonna point at the window to like the light pouring in from outside. But he went silent a couple months ago and hasn't been heard from. I offered for I offered to we could maybe look into it and maybe check in on him. But that would also give us some access to some more answers about this stuff as well.
Okay.
Besides that, I found out a little bit more information about Algal, the name that I saw in the tomb. Or the stronghold, excuse me. It was kind of a mausoleum. I'm not doing this.
You already did.
It's a bit more of a crypt, to be honest.
Well, you know, some people would say...
It's underground stronghold.
Algal-
You see.
while not really a god per se, did have a presence among the gods.
Monk.
She was kind of this sand turtle that kind of personified like erosion, and I'm just going to give him the whole rundown in character as I list off out of character. Basically, Algal, for those who weren't paying attention, because Jesus Christ, that was a lot of information. Old godlike being that event had
I mean, it
a part
wasn't
in
that
some big
much.
old big battlefield of the gods, was apparently hurt and on the back foot and retreated, got saved by some sort of blessing, took that blessing and then ran with it to go hide. And we don't know what that blessing was, where they went. We just know that they were blessed by a gift from the sky in the form or from an eye aspect. Was it from, or was they blessing an eye aspect? I didn't actually write that
The
down.
blessing was from an eye aspect.
Eye aspect.
Wait, how do you spell the god's name again?
Algao, it's Algao.
L-G-A. Like LG.
Yeah. Just with an O instead of an E.
Exactly.
That's wild that algae is spelled like that, pronounced the way it is. Anyways,
You're right, and you should say it.
Unrelated.
But, so, what it sounds like is that if we want to get any more information on the metals, but also, and she's going to kind of look at Noda, you know, I feel like this could be good for you too.
Huh?
You know,
She was like kind of not paying attention. It was like digging in the dirt, making another mud pie, and she's like, "You what?"
Was the
Well,
was the
you're
player
right.
paying attention?
This is the
Was the
player
player paying
fighting a
attention?
headache, so.
yeah, the player.
Okay,
The player is,
okay,
reduced capacity. So.
Fighting a headache and nausea.
okay. Now I
so-
feel bad. Now I feel bad. Well, okay.
So.
I just dropped a tiny dice. I'll get that later. But yeah, so you're supposed to go on a big quest, right?
Yeah,
Well,
I was gonna kill a dragon or something.
well, if this Meredith friend that we can go check in on is really working to end what he called the Blight, and she's gonna kind of look, gesture to the air outside.
I take off my goggles first, like sort of like put them on my forehead because they're like swim goggles. Slide them up and squint.
And you get an actual headache in character.
Yeah. Whoa.
I think that could. I mean, I would consider that a grand quest if we were to help him fix this.
That seems pretty grand to me.
I know it's kind of like a big ask, but this could be something really big, and I feel like we could get a lot by kind of maybe helping out with it, at least as much as we can.
Yeah, it seems
And
a
I'm gonna
little
be
less
real.
dramatic than killing a dragon, but it'll do, I think.
And I'm gonna be real, I'm real fucking tired of the sunlight every night, going to bed, having to put in the blackout curtain.
I
and
thought you said you didn't curse.
You didn't hear that. I cast
I heard
fucking
it.
I don't know.
Yes, gift of gab.
Gift of gab.
Gift of gab. And if anyone would be like, it would be, you know, maybe it could lead us to some more answers about stuff. And along the way, we can definitely stop it all with all the speakers, because I know you guys want to do that, right? Looking at Pal and Sam.
That's the goal.
Oh yeah.
So, I guess this is kind of like, and she's gonna bring out her notebook and lay out like in a planned itinerary that she has bulleted. And be like, I hope this isn't too forward, but I kind of made it like a plan of action.
Whoa, you did that just now?
Yeah, I was doing it under the table.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, she never raised her hands above the table the whole time she was talking. And so she'll set it down, and it's just basically like and this is just gonna be me out of character. Step one, because it's the most immediate thing, would be go meet with Meredith, see what the fuck is up, get some more information about
What's up, dude?
the Omeron, and then what the fuck's going on with the Blight that's plaguing everything. And then from there, we can kind of just follow wherever it takes us, just making sure to stop in every town to meet up with the speakers. So I'm assuming they will also probably help us along the way, in terms of we probably need their support in some way, shape, or form, even outside of what Pal and Sam need them for. And then 3 is just a picture of all of us holding hands.
Just like I'm pointing at my tattoo, just like this.
It's very much like, it's like even less detailed
It's just like
than that.
power of friendship.
It's like Fear Stick figures. There's like one identifying feature on each person. And she's like, and then afterwards we can, I don't know, just kind of chill. I have my own goals, but I feel like, if I'll with everything the way everything's pointing, I feel like this is the right way to go. Is there any does anyone have any opinions? She's just gonna kind of like sit back down and be a little more like withdrawn, realizing that she was just speaking pretty loudly and pretty boldly.
Yeah, I really like your drawing. And he's like, I look great. And she points at like what's probably Pal.
What's bro?
How do I look?
Probably, yeah.
Jimmy's so big.
Oh, that's
Nothing wrong with checking into it to start. We can draw conclusions and make commitments from there.
Okay.
The only one that's about the business.
This man's pure business, no fun. Look, Chris, do you still want to, come along and help out?
Yeah, I think it'd be better than staying here. I mean, I'll offer my assistance.
Awesome. This is gonna be great. Yeah. And she's just gonna like not really realize what the fuck she should say now because she's never
She didn't
been in
think
this
she'd get this
situation.
far.
Yeah, literally, she thought she would have to like figure this out on her own. Just be everyone would be like, she half expected Pal to be like, no, that's dangerous and stupid. And the fact that he agreed is like, she's like sort of short circuiting at the moment. Oh well, what did you guys do today? And just completely changed the conversation.
Who are you asking exactly?
Just literally to the table.
Oh.
Like, she had no idea what to say, so she just killed the conversation and shifted gears.
Well, Noda and I had a nice little workout. Feeling
Yeah.
pretty good about it. I'm again like flex. Like,
Nothing there.
Yeah, and then I dropped to the ground. I
think
was like,
there's
check
something
this
there.
out. And then I'm trying to do push-ups.
I'm gonna also do push-ups, but badly. I'm not going all the
I
way
rolled
to
a
the
2,
ground.
so I got maybe halfway back up. My arms were shaking.
Oh,
It's because I worked out so much today. I'm
Yeah,
just tired.
it's probably because you're sore, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
We gotta wait a couple days till feel ready again.
Yeah.
Casually lowering my knees to like help push myself back
Oh,
up.
right, I forgot. And she's gonna grab her notebook and add in the itinerary before going to meet with Meredith. Go talk to Mr. Deshawn about blessing. In very tiny text because she
Yeah.
didn't leave room for it. It reminded me, the person I got all this info from, Mr. Deshawn, offered to give us a bit of a blessing before we head out there. And I know you said we really shouldn't trust strangers, pal, especially if we don't know, but he seemed really nice, and, he helped me out a lot, so I figured we may as well,
What's their association?
flips through notes. House of the Hideous Hat.
You did
right?
not
Like,
bother
they were
asking.
they
I mean,
were
you didn't
the-
bother asking. You walked into the House of the Hideous Hag. There was a guy named Deshawn, and you just kind of went with him. You didn't bother confirming anything for
He
yourself.
seemed to be the one running the House of the Hideous Hag, and he helped Kenzie.
So, if I'm going off of just the impression of the words that were said to me, it doesn't
know
set
they
the
sound
best
really
note. Do
bad.
I know what that?
Would the House of the Hideous Hag be like? A
Yeah,
crew
no,
and,
no.
like-
You're able to identify. You're able to identify. Like, yeah, that's a temple dedicated to Berkta. But as for the individual, Penny did not bother interviewing that person. Be like, if they're actually
Yeah,
associated with that church
What
or
would Berkta's
God or what.
association be with? Shit.
It's
Oh
the
fuck! I have to pull
cold.
up my actual character sheet.
It's the
Hold on.
cold, right?
Yeah,
No, yeah, I'm checking.
yeah. It is the cold.
What would I know?
the
about Berkta
cold
and their
and a-
association with
and a
my
ta-
own god. I'm trying to find my god's name. I don't
Any
know it off the top of my head.
taboos? Let me pull up my.
No, did I really not? I could definitely find it again. Why is it not just written here?
What have you done?
I gotta pull up Leo's sheet. I'll know it when I see it, but I don't have
go.
it here. Reference. Not mechanics, wrong doc.
I did the same thing.
Character creation.
Deities. I thought Kane? Canelia. Yep, that's what it was. What would that
Ah,
relation be? Is there any
there's no bad blood there.
no bad blood there?
Uh,
Okay.
can-
That's
No.
then it's a known god and not one that I have reason to hate. So honestly, that's
Yeah.
that's good. Like that
See.
already is
Yeah,
a mark in
Ber-
the right direction.
Berkta is the goddess of taboos, children, and the cold.
Yeah.
Man, that's a wide berth.
Reading is
You
great.
gotta have some
Oh well,
skepticism with the, whole god of taboos.
the
but there's nothing.
the taboos part is more like sort of like making sure people like follow rules, like mind your manners.
Oh,
and
that's even
whatnot.
better. I probably like Berkta. That's-
Yeah.
Like in terms of like
She-
forgiving people for their taboos and pushing them to the right way. I guess.
Yes, it's sort of like correcting childish behavior. And so it's
Okay,
not
yeah, no, I'm
punishing people
probably-
for stepping out of
Yeah, if
line.
I know
It
that
is
they're-
correcting childish
If I know
behavior.
they're related to Berkta, then that's probably... Then yeah, I don't have any reason to doubt this person.
So they were kind of seemed like the head honcho at the House of the Hideous Hag. That's a nice, good little bit of
That's a lot of H's.
Yeah, I know. I was just gonna compliment myself for that. It
Yeah,
was really good on me.
that was well
The
done.
alliteration.
Is that alliteration?
Great.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say
that's
alliteration,
when
but
they
I
all
heard it the
start
wrong
with
way.
the same
All
letter.
starting with the same.
Yeah, that's alliteration, alright.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Okay. I have no.
I'm sorry, just everyone like at the table agree. Like, yeah, that's alliteration. I just imagine us all sitting around the table as well. But yeah, so we can meet up with him when everyone's ready. I know we only really spent like a day here, so if people want to, spend a little bit more time, that's fine with me.
I have no problems leaving sooner rather than later, but whatever
I'll
others need.
check.
I don't know if Noda, Gris, or Sam are working on any projects in Tam. Noda,
I
I know
briefly-
Noda's working on some sort of trade stuff, but I think she finished.
Yeah, I've been working on
Noda,
Yeah?
do you like all your crafting stuff?
Oh yeah, no, I did that last time.
Okay, all right. Just wanted to.
Like,
Yeah,
I didn't
because she wasn't experimenting with any potions. She was just making a bunch of bases that heal. So
Right.
I just made a singular base,
She's a-
and I was like, perfect.
Oh, that's
good
right, you
enough
only
to
made
eat a
one.
penny, and it was just really chunky.
It was pulpy. That's what it was.
Yeah, we're like, oh, it's
Yeah.
like boba. I was like, yeah, I
That's
like.
where that came
It was
from.
like
Okay.
the tadpoles and the spider eggs.
Spider eggs. Yeah. Okay.
I was gonna say the only thing I might want to do is buy a healing potion, but I see I already did that last session. So I'm
Correct.
good to go. I don't really have a
Oh.
reason to want to stay here.
Well, Sam, did you have anything you want to do while we're in town?
I'm gonna hold up my boba bottle.
Where did you
No,
get?
Where did you get that?
oh yeah, they were just handing him out on the bench
Are
over
those
there.
tadpoles
you-
or spider eggs? Which
And
one?
you took it?
Yeah.
Wait, were they giving it away from the bench, or was it on the bench?
What did you
Oh, you just left it there.
I
What?
thought you didn't consume food.
No, not really.
No, I
Well,
don't.
that
Just like
Shorts out.
you could hear like the gears trying to
What do
grind
you
the
mean
boba.
not
There's
really?
very audible, like you can hear like the liquid just trickling down my abdomen, and it just
Yeah,
makes,
it's just
it just makes a little
leaking.
thunk at the bottom.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Boom.
Highly recommend it.
What flavor is it?
I don't have taste
Doesn't have
buds,
taste
but
buds. You can't
I
even
would
taste
color
it.
is it?
wager it probably tastes pretty good.
Let me have a taste. Give me
Yeah,
some.
go for it.
I'm gonna take a sip. What flavor is it? How long is it? Is it bad?
If it was
I
sitting
don't.
on a bench,
I don't know.
could be literally rotten,
Sam pulled this out of his
depending
fucking
on-
ass,
Exactly.
so he's got to decide what the flavor is.
Yeah. Okay.
He gets to decide.
Hi, what flavor
I don't
was
get to
it?
decide
How?
what the flavor is.
Yeah, you do.
Decide.
Yeah,
Somebody
you
roll a
fucking
D20
do.
on the fucking randomize.
Well,
That's
I
10.
think looks like a
That's a
premium
10. That's the
taro
most
milk
neutral that
tea
it could be.
with it's a
It tastes
large
like
with
pilk.
less ice and 1 times brown sugar
Shut
bubble.
the fuck up.
Tastes like a tuber vegetable, but it's like sweet.
Oh,
I
do
feel
you-
like I have
are
a
you an
mouthful of dirt.
Fuck, where is-
Tubers?
This
Hold
isn't-
on. It's a type of
No,
vegetable.
I know what I like. I only vaguely know what that is. What the fuck did Noda just?
It's like a tuber. You know? And I gotta check to make sure that I'm saying the right thing. Yeah, like potatoes and stuff. Ube's like a. It's almost like it's in the sweet potato family, I think.
Mm.
No, I'm thinking of taro. Oh, that's what this is. Yeah.
This is taro.
Yeah, this tastes dirt-like.
Yeah. It
It's
does
sweet
taste very
dirt.
dirt-like. I found it on the ground.
It's just like my mud pie.
Wait, no, I found it on the
Better.
bench.
Put
Hmm.
it on the bench.
Was it on the bench or on the ground? Tell us, get your story straight, Sam. Shines light in
I
your face.
I'm chewing the boba. What kind of boba is it? Is it
probably
tadpoles or
shouldn't
spider
chew it.
eggs?
That's
Like,
that's
let
up
me
for the
chew
person who found it
This
to
one's
decide.
like extra chewy. My jaw's getting tired.
Hmm.
If that's a
Yes.
chewy, that'd be the tadpoles.
These are pretty chewy.
There's a little resistance, yeah.
Yeah, there is. There's a bit of resistance.
Usually there's movement, but I guess it's been on
So
the.
when are we leaving?
I can really get like a serious vibe from this.
Well, if everyone's all right, we could probably spend like a little bit of tomorrow, kind of gearing up, head out early, and then it's about counts on fingers. 6 hours only has 4 fingers.
I'll hold up the fingers.
It's about 6 hours north of Lucky Fortune. We can maybe get a little bit more info about where exactly it might be. But apparently he likes to stay a little farther away from everyone, so it may be hard to find him.
I see.
Do you have any more to go on?
Nope. Closes
okay.
notebook. I just know that he's working on stuff. He hasn't been heard from in a while. He's north about 6 hours, and then he's kind of a recluse.
Great. What was his name again?
How
I'm
hard
so
could
bad
he
at
be to
names.
find?
I mean,
We're gonna be
married. Can I get a spelling on Meridas to see if I spelled it right? By the way, it's
It's Meridus, and it's
Meridus. Yeah.
oh,
Merdu.
sorry, that's an S at the end. Shut
Yeah,
the
I
fuck
fucked
up.
that spelling up.
More like
Oh, okay.
Meridoo-doo.
Yeah,
Good one, guy.
their name was Meridus.
Do you know like what race he is? Like,
I didn't really
I
know.
mean,
2023.
I didn't.
Hey,
Yeah, you can't just
How
ask,
is
"Hey,
it-
what race are you?" Like you,
Come on, man.
you can't
I'm
just ask
looking
that.
for a
that.
descriptor.
Yeah,
Well, I didn't want to
identifying
ask just like
information.
what is he is, or just what is. Never mind.
What
Yeah,
is
identifying
he
information.
What are you?
What up?
Yeah,
you
what
know
is
you
he
are.
is?
Yeah, shut up.
I am who I am.
I know what you are.
I know what you are.
So we don't know.
I don't know. I wasn't given any descriptive information.
Great. I'm sure it'll be easy.
Well, I
It
mean,
can't
we're
be
just
that
looking.
hard.
Yeah, I mean, how hard could it be to find a random shack in the middle of the desert?
I mean, hey, when we see it,
Um,
we'll probably know, right? We'll know when we see
well-
it. That's what I meant to say.
I was becoming visibly disturbed with how difficult the mission just became.
Well, we can also double check
So-
with we can check with Saki and maybe get some more information. But
Yeah, if we don't have a set location, we should see if we can find any way of confirming it'll be safe out there. We don't want to get caught in any storms or.
that's a good idea. We can spend tomorrow doing that.
All right.
And Penny is going to yawn, fucking as big as possible, and then be like, okay.
I'm
Well,
also
my
gonna
brain hurts a
yawn.
lot.
I caught that yawn.
I talked too much today. I'm gonna go to bed. Bye. And
Oh.
leaves.
Bye, Pen. Okay. Shut up
Okay.
before I can say bye.
Like she just went full like I need to leave. I need to go to sleep. I need to get
I'm
away
not-
from people.
I didn't even get to say good night.
We're sleeping in the
We
same
share a
room.
room.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, also, let's say like, Noda and Chris, you look kind of sweaty. Do I have to roll deception for that?
Thank you.
Yes.
Please maybe clean off before if we're doing the big blanket pile again.
Roll
Yeah.
deception.
I'm a morning shower person, so
I'm a little
say
offended by
6
that.
plus.
I don't think I'm that stinky. I'm gonna
6
smell
plus
myself.
1, 7.
Sniff.
6 plus 1, 7.
I'm trying to like amp up the fact like you guys really worked out today and you're really sweaty.
All right. So
Keep
Gris,
rolling too, so I think I just
and
fully believe
Noda. No, what you get from Penny 7 is that she actually really likes the smell of your guys' sweat.
No.
And is like embarrassed about
Oh,
it.
dude.
I mean, I've always
Damn.
personally prided myself.
Damn, Penny, you kind of a
in my
freak.
Yeah.
Huh?
What?
I'm a skunk.
I would be like, I think we had a Go take a
You don't
bath.
gotta be shy about this. It's
Go take
okay.
a bath.
No, it's
Please take a
fine.
bath.
Puddle, puddle.
Don't touch me. Go take a bath.
I start chasing you for a hug.
No. Penny's just gonna
Get
like.
over here.
I think you have more move speed than me.
Yeah, I
right?
think I do. It's 35.
I'm gonna.
25.
Yeah,
I'm gonna-
I run and pick you up and sort of swing you around.
No!
Let's go
I'm
to
gonna-
bed! Woo!
I'm gonna say that I'm gonna take a shower, but I'm not actually gonna take one. I'm just.
Oh,
You're really not. You are
And no
covered
one
in
will
fur.
know.
You are going to be dry. This is not.
Don't worry. Perfect cover up.
You can't. That doesn't-
Or okay, maybe
No
I'll take a
one
shower,
will
but
know.
I'm not gonna like. I'm just gonna stand under the water for like minute or so.
You're just gonna quickly step in and
You're like,
step
you're
out.
like,
Why are
it's like
you
trying to get an
even lying at
actual
that
child to
point?
shower. Like, you soap? Yeah? Did you?
Well, I'm always stinky no matter
Let me
what I
smell.
do. So.
Let me smell you. Come here. Grabs arm.
Oh, so you do like this?
Mm,
But yeah, and Penny would
you do.
go to bed because she is tired. She did a lot today.
Okay.
Also, when the
Anyone else do
discussion of
anything as they
tubers came
prepare
up.
for the night?
Not really.
No, I don't think so.
Do I-
I'm gonna do a wall sit. Not enough to get sweaty, but enough to make my muscles hurt a little bit.
All right. Sure. Why not? Anyone else? If not, then your
I
night
would probably just
passes
spend a little
without any complication. Yeah.
So I have to
what
roll
would Penny
a
like to
little
do?
bit of time just decoding her book, like trying to decipher more of the big ruined spell book.
All
Like,
right.
just a little progress at a time. That's it.
Sure. Uh, Yep, you wake up the next, I guess, morning. It's kind of hard to tell when it's always bright out. Yeah, you all wake up. Obviously, your more mechanical companions are up a bit earlier than you. But overall, no issue. What would you guys like to do for the day?
I would like to cast Aid on myself, on Penny, and on Paladin. Once we convene.
Alright.
So this is. Are there either people who predict the weather, or are fortune tellers a generally accepted, like, trusted source? Who would we go to try and find out what the weather's going to be like, or if there's a storm coming?
I guess
In
Lamp-
Cardos, you'd want to ask for an expert in nature, and for that, your best bet that you know of is Karth.
All right. I think we want to.
Yeah, you can pick
Before we
his
head
brain. In Lucky Fortune, you can try to look for someone else if you wanted.
Yeah. Before we head out, we should check in with Karth. It'll be. He's not likely to charge us, and we need to know about what we're potentially heading out into.
That'll be 100 gold for you.
You know what? So I think we'll
Yeah.
head over to Karth and see what he thinks.
Get the professionals.
Yeah, you head towards Karth's house. You hear the sound of like crafting behind, and you see Karth kind of working on making a new sled. And you just see him sort of like wipe off a brow as you approach and goes, howdy, how can I help you?
Group's gonna be heading out north of Lucky Fortune, but we want to make sure we're smart about this, and you seem like you'd have a better idea than us about what the risks may be regarding the weather.
Alright, I'm gonna do a nature check, but it's gonna be a hidden roll.
Notice definitely
So
like
you guys
has
will
her
not know
arms
the
crossed
result.
and is pretending not to be interested in this, or like looking the other way to not look at Karth.
Let's do advantage. Alright, let's see what he got. Alright. He's gonna like look, he's gonna like give like a low whistle, be like, head out north of Lucky Fortune. The fuck is over there? He's gonna look up at the sky and be like, well, it's We got most of our. It was mostly windy like for the past couple of days, so it should be like winding down. Let me think for a second. And he like wipes off his hands, like sets some of his tools aside, and like pokes his head into his back door and like grabs a notebook. You see him flip through it, looking at like all these different calendars he has set up. Then you see him like look back up at the sky for a moment, hold up like a finger to test the wind direction, and he's like, "You're probably, I'd say you're probably good for like a few days without having to be concerned about a sandstorm of any kind. Quite honestly, how long are you going out there for?"
That's a really good question. I'm gonna look over at Penny.
Oh, we're going to check in on something a little bit north of Lucky Fortune, near the mountain.
Someone's
range.
lost. Short answer is we don't know.
Yeah, it's at least, well, probably at least be a day, maybe 2 out, but it could be longer.
He raises an eyebrows like, does this story sound familiar to you at all? Haven't you done this already before?
We're hoping this one has an all-around quicker solution.
It's also a lot
Hopefully it's
closer.
just a routine trip, but we'll do our best not to stay out there for too long. Appreciate the advice.
Yeah, but like I said, I give it like 2 or 3 days of clear weather. Clear, he gives like air quotes, for what this can be counted as clear, basically.
It should be plenty, as long as everything goes as it is expected to. Alright.
He gives a shrug and is like, sure. See you around, I guess.
Yep.
He's gonna go back to working on his replacement sled.
And I think we head out to Lucky Fortune to receive that blessing.
Before you do that, can I purchase 2 rations
Sure.
before we leave? Just in case.
Is it
Sure,
one ration
that'll
per day?
be-
For us, yeah. For the robots.
Do we
typically.
need
If
to
you
be
don't-
tracking
if you
this,
don't-
or
Not for when
Like,
you're
do we
resting
need-
in town. This
okay,
rations are tracked for when you're traveling, basically.
Yeah,
okay.
because the cost of room and board is calculated into like
Yeah.
where we stay and what.
And you know,
Right.
now you mention it, before we leave and go to Lucky Fortune where everything's fucking scalped, what's the party's potion economy look like? What do we got?
I have.
I have 1 health potion.
I have
I can make health potions.
You do have somebody that can
Out of
make health
potions.
potions at
For, like,
half
half the price
price.
of a
However, that requires downtime. You'd have to take another day just basically crafting them all,
Yeah,
and
So
then
we
you're
have-
limiting your.
I heard Gris has one, I heard Penny
You're-
has one.
I do not have one. Wait, do I have the potion resisting necrotic? Did I have 2 of
used it.
those?
We used it.
Okay, I still have that in my inventory. Should I just delete it?
Oh, you should just get rid of that. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You
let's
you
delete it.
both.
Yeah,
took
get rid of
one,
that.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, I
we
want to make
used
sure I
both
didn't have
potions.
2, and I just used 1 by accident.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so yeah,
Mine
I
gone?
would need,
Mine's gone,
I would need to buy a health potion.
All right, let's get one more health potion. I'm not gonna grab one for myself. 'Cause
I
I've
don't think I need
kept
one.
my fighter trait. All right,
Strong.
then yeah, I think we're gonna see if we can pick up a health potion in Cardos, and then we'll head out.
Yeah, and before we leave Karth's place, I'm gonna like sort of peek at the sled. I'm like, who's that for?
He's like not turning around. He's just continuing to sand something and like sort of chip away at something. He's like, I got a whole pack. Remember, you saved them. They made their way back, and he just keeps sanding.
I'm gonna scooch closer. Like, can I meet them?
You're like,
We gotta
Yeah.
head out for now, Noda.
Just one.
he's like,
I'm gonna like,
he's
so,
like,
sort of shuffle up
he's-
to
he-
him
he give-
and like kind of tug at his
he gives
pant,
you a look. He's like, he's like,
one?
he looks at you, and then looks at Pal. He's like, but only one then. He's gonna give like a cab whistle, basically a sharp whistle, and running out will be sort of like a desert lynx, like just sort of running out from like way out in like the tumbleweeds and like backyard area of Cart's house, and It looks a little bit like cat, but like with a bit of a grayer tone to their fur. And he's like, this was a cat's best friend. Do you want to guess what their name was?
Nice to meet you.
Dog?
Do you want? Karth gives starts giving like a smile growing on his face. Yep.
Rat.
Hey, no.
Rat.
Dog. Meet dog.
Dog.
Is it really?
Dog.
Yes.
I'm gonna hold out a hand for dog to sniff.
Got that dog.
Dog will instead extend a paw and like he's shaking your hand, basically.
I'm so happy.
He's like,
It's nice
yeah,
to meet you, dog.
he's pretty well trained.
Oh,
He'll give like the head rub, and then he'll be like, and then Karth will like ruffle the head like a bit roughly, like a familiar pet owner would a cat, and then just kind of like basically shoo him away, just like, all right, now I'll go back to playing. And then turn to you. He's like, well, that's your one. I believe your friend's got to get going now.
I'll say thank you, Card. I'll hug his leg real quick and then run away.
Yep. Character growth.
Character growth.
Is dog spelled weird or is it just DOG?
It's just DOG.
Okay.
Dog.
DAWG.
Dog. You got that dog. You got that dog.
Dog in him.
Sorry, what
You
is
got that
the
dog in
animal
'em.
species? I can't think of it. off the top of
Desert
my head.
lynx.
Desert lynx, okay.
Yep.
And yeah, we want to grab one more health potion and then head out to Lucky Fortune.
All right. That'll be 50 gold. Who's paying for it?
All right, I'm paying for them in silver.
Motherfuckers
Like,
walking up in one
he's
pay
Pay
for
with
$100.
quarters.
I need to get rid of the silver. I still have over 1,000.
It's all clinking around in your body
That poor
somewhere.
fucking shopkeep, they're like,
Well, maybe they were
Pay
waiting
for
for
his
singles.
parking
Maybe it's like
ticket.
midway through the
Yeah,
day.
some people are like, there's no such thing as too many singles.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, and I'm gonna.
All right.
Hand it
Pal,
off to
I will
Sam,
add
so
the
just put it in.
potion to you.
Yeah.
I can pass to him.
Wait, does that mean I need to like accept the trade invite or?
Yeah, in just a second.
Yeah, the potion is in your inventory.
Oh, there it is.
Feel free to send it to whoever you wish. Penny, if you wanted 2 more rations, by the way, as you mentioned earlier, that'll be 1 gold piece.
hit me with it.
All right,
Okay.
adding 2 more rations to your inventory.
Thank you, Chief. I am full of meat.
Okay.
So happy for you.
Thank you. Thank you, truly.
And now we head out to Lucky Fortune.
Yes.
All right. All right, you all head to Lucky Fortune. Penny is able to easily lead you to the house of the hideous hag.
I would like to an insight check on this. Well, once you introduce us, I guess to.
Yeah, I'll kind of.
Yeah, the door is slightly open, so you're able to push your way in. And there's just the Sean just sort of like sweeping up the floors of the main room.
Not like-
hi,
You all see
Sean.
this time is this eight. He's not like muscle like I don't know, like bodybuilder toned, but he is like got like that very like stout like muscle behind it. Whereas he's someone who's bulking continuously.
Like power lifter, not bodybuilder.
Yeah, no, but not bodybuilder, powerlifter built, and he's 8 feet tall, and he's this menacing-looking dragonborn, but he's just like daintily sweeping the floors.
I'm like, is
and
this
he's-
a dragon that I gotta
Literally,
slay?
my job is to make sure that he's not a threat to the party. So I'd like to.
And then, as soon as Penny greets, he like almost drops the broom, but then like kneels down, and goes, "Oh, hello there, Miss Penelope. Are these your friends here?" And he looks behind you.
Yeah. They agreed to help me. Go check in on Meredith, but we gotta talk to Sock real quick for a couple things. Is Sock here?
Yeah, Shock's here. It's been rather quiet, so he may have just crashed. But
If we go upstairs,
Maybe,
he's face down, ass up.
Whoa.
Noda's gonna blurt out. Your
he'll be
muscles
like-
are so big.
He's like,
How did you do
He
that?
goes, he just gives you like a look of like sort of like adults give when like they're like basically
Humoring a
talking
child.
around an answer. He's like, basically goes with hard work and determination.
Is that all it takes?
What's your name,
I think
little
that
miss?
we're well on our way,
That's-
Chris.
I think so too. I work hard and I'm determined.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That he gives like a nod, like affirmative nod, like then I see no reason why both of you will not be stronger than me by the time you're at your fitness journey's end.
You think our muscles
Probably
are
like
bigger
next week
than
or
yours?
something.
Next week.
How old is Chris?
He gives a laugh, just like, oh, we'll see
We
for
keep
sure.
going at
The
the
Lord
rate
works
that
in
we're
mysterious
going at,
ways.
then probably, yeah, I think so.
Alright, let's move on for now, guys. We gotta.
He's gonna like lead you up to Sock. Penny, you don't hear like the scurrying and like the clanking of metal as you approach. And there is just like Sock, just like starfish face down on top of a table.
Starfish.
I would just kind of quietly enter in and just be like, Sock? Hello?
You hear like a muffled, like the head shift. Hello, hi.
Oh, sorry.
I'm
Is
just
this-
tired.
are you
Oh,
good?
new
It's giving us a
people.
blessing?
Hi. He gives like
Oh.
he gives like a lackadaisical wave, and Deshaun goes, "Oh no, that's me, actually."
Ah.
Once you're done
Imagine we didn't
talking
know
with,
he followed us up, and like he's like, "Oh, that's me," and he's like kneeled down behind us.
In that case, yeah, I would like
Yeah.
to insight check Deshaun, get a feel for. Just wanna make sure this
absolutely, go
blessing's
ahead
coming
and
from
make an
someone I
insight check.
feel- Alright.
Absolutely.
And I got a 24. Or 25. I don't
Damn,
24.
I don't even have to.
He's
do math.
he's completely
He's
earnest and
literally
well-meaning.
his head.
He's earnest and well-meaning. He's just earnest, well-meaning man who cares about the general safety of you all.
Yeah, that's good. I didn't expect less, but
It's your job.
it's my job. I gotta be suspicious of people. No fun allowed.
I have to blindingly trust
Wait,
him.
Blake is literally that picture of the robot putting the sign in that says "No fun allowed."
True.
Alright. That's-
But Salk will be like, "Hi." He gives like a very lazy wave. Like he's like, "Are you heading out?"
Yeah, we just wanted to see
Yeah?
if we could maybe get a little more information about where we're actually headed.
He's
I know
like,
you
he
said
points
it was-
out the window that faces north. He's like, "Yeah, that way."
Do you
There's
have
like
anything
sort
more
of a
concrete than that?
trail, kinda. I mean,
There's a
there's
little
like
bit of-
sort of a trail. I think it kind of peters
Okay.
off. It's not a well-traveled road, mind you, but there's sort of a trail. And you're looking
Is
for
there-
like a big-ish building. It's not like a small like hut or anything. It's like a decent. It's like actually a pretty decently sized building. Oh yeah, it's like right next to like a giant ravine, so don't fall into that.
That's a good thing to know. I
That's a good
have.
landmark.
I can locate object or person. Is there anything out there I could maybe target to not? We don't want to be wandering in the desert.
Yeah, I don't think we have anything of his, and I don't think
I mean,
you know. And I don't think we have enough
I don't
information
know.
about
Like,
him to locate him.
I don't
That's what I'm
exactly
I'm
know
asking
what he looks
specifically
like. He's
for
a
if
he's
we-
a pen pal. I haven't seen him in person ever.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, all I
mean,
know
if
is that his
there's a-
place is next to a ravine. So if you find it, then you could just like kind of walk alongside it until you find a building.
I mean,
Well,
there's
that
apparently
might be
a,
enough.
It's true.
a semi-traveled road and a big landmark, so I think that might be enough.
We're at least a step up from wandering in the desert. So we are
Very well
now
odd.
we're up a step from wandering aimlessly in the desert. Sorry, we
Now
are
we're
still
just wandering.
in the desert.
But we're aimed.
Generally.
Aimfully, not aimlessly.
True.
Okay. Well, do you have
Full of
anything else to check in with your friend Penny before we head out?
How you doing, Sock? You okay?
It's like he turns his head back to face like the other way. You just hear him. I'm tired.
Okay, buddy. Well, we're gonna probably head out then. Have a good
Okay.
rest. Don't work yourself too hard.
I will.
She-
Goodbye.
No,
Wait.
Sock, no. Your health, Sock. Your health.
Sean will pipe in and be like, "Don't worry. I make sure I make sure to step in if he goes a bit too far."
Oh, okay. Oh, did you want to do that blessing thing now, Mr. Deshawn?
Yes, if you'd like to follow me to the room where I cast rituals, if that'd be all right with you.
Oh, yeah.
We'll take you up on that.
She's gonna scurry down the stairs, along with everybody. Sweet baby boy, what is up?
And none of you... Well, actually, the only... Pal is a cleric, actually, so he actually does get... Pal, I would like for you... to roll a D... Make just a general... wisdom check, I guess.
Okay. Just ability check.
Yes.
17.
17.
Oh, we rolling.
All
I
right.
only rolled a 12.
So as the Sean like brings you into the room, you see him like it's not so much as like an arcane circle as it is. It has almost like a seance aspect to it, as there's like candles lit, there's incense burning, and he sits down and just sort of like extends a hand towards you as he begins to chant, and there's sort of like a divine glow, and you realize that he is sort of he is specifically asking for his goddess to essentially watch over your party for the journey. But overall, it's actually pretty vague. It's not a spell or spell effect that you're familiar with. What it could entail and what the effects exactly are. It's very what you're able to discern is very vague. But all you know is that it is some esoteric magic that is of divine nature that involves him asking for the assistance of his goddess, and that's about it. And you've already confirmed what his goddess is about and your perspective
Yes.
in relation towards it.
Okay.
But then afterwards, he'll just sort of like raise his head a little bit more tired than he was before, and just be like, he'll just say like, I once again must thank you for putting the worries of my ward at ease. He can be quite emotional at times, so again, I appreciate it, and I wish you all a safe journey in return.
Thank you, kind
Yeah,
sir.
thank you, Mr. Deshawn, for everything.
Much
And he'll give you a nod, and you're all free to head out.
I think that's what we do. Unless somebody else has something to do here.
All right.
No. I mean, Penny's good. Penny is ready and rearing to be useful and help out.
You all gather your party, you head north, and that's where we'll pick up next time, because it is
Hey.
2. Did you guys enjoy that session?
Yeah.
That was really
Yeah.
good, yeah. It was a really heavy, a good heavy roleplay episode. A lot of good stuff from everybody.
Like, I gotta apologize. I am not good at talking, like, at all.
I think you were
No,
fine.
Ty. Here's how we get better at it: is we just talk. that's how we get better at it.
Going.
Literally what I say to Lucy every time. She's like, "But I'm not good at things."
Hey, yeah, and then every time I'm like, I have to find something to threaten Cam with.
Where it's like, how do you get better
Ty,
at
let
When you
me
do
let me
things.
put it in league terms. When you were first learning Aphelios, were you getting pentakills by don't actually that doesn't work because he was kind
That's
of
a really
busted
bad
on
example
Ellie
of
stuff
When I was
around.
learning
That's
Vayne,
what Aphelios does.
when I was learning Vayne, no. Learning Aphelios, yes.
Okay, when you were first
That
running Vayne,
example,
were you getting
yes.
pentakills like?
I shot in front in
Yeah.
the general direction, and then 4 people
Oh,
died.
oh yeah, I hit R once. Oh yeah, they all died. Sorry.
But yeah, basically that. You're gonna have to feed a bit before you get the others to feed.
Tactical
Okay.
feeding.
Hopefully there's like a countably infinite amount of speakers I can get.
Plus,
back
also,
from
like
beforehand.
if you're having trouble wording something, you can also just say, Sam tries to convince them of blank, and
Yeah,
like
you don't have to
Yes,
actually
you
roll through
can
the conversation
you can
itself.
you can shorthand it basically if you want.
I always forget you.
And
can
if
do
you-
that.
if you-
I need to also remember.
Yeah, and if you
Yeah.
if you clarify what you want, then it makes it easier for me to respond, so I don't misunderstand what you're doing. Granted,
Yeah.
sometimes
You
that
roleplay and
misunderstanding's
then
funny,
clarify.
where it's like, but it all
Alright.
depends.
yeah, it's all
Good
practice.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I hope you guys
My
enjoyed that
ass.
session though, because
Yeah,
Actually,
I've
should
had a lot
have
of fun
some-
somehow with my second small character running into a fatherly dragonborn.
yeah, I
What's
guess.
happening?
I was half expecting like him to open the door to his ward and just be Scrat, and it's just like
It's just
No, I told you, Scrat is probably the hardest character to find out of all your
exactly. I
previous
was all like,
characters.
it can't be this easy, right?
No, it's
Also,
no fucking way.
Like,
But what if?
also all the
It's
good
funny.
lore. I like playing an intelligence character because I get to ask questions and I just get to listen to Leo talk about his world, and it's very fun.
Yeah.
I like being the face because I'm so good at being the face.
You were Cam. You were so close. If that fate roll had favored you, you were so close to something that I think would have been like exciting, but unfortunately,
Ah, fuck!
Exciting.
No
Thank
nurse.
you.
Exciting.
yeah.
Exciting good or exciting bad?
you
Let
explode.
me tell you this. I decided after seeing the D&D movie, I was thinking about like all past characters and whatnot. I decided that if you guys find out the fates and like general locations and goals of your previous characters, if you find locations of every single one from like the first campaign or everyone from the second campaign, we will do a level 20 campaign that will be much shorter involving those characters.
Does
That'd
that
be
involve?
wild.
Would it
That-
be easier for the second campaign since half of them are dead?
Yeah, a lot of them are dead.
All of
Well,
them died.
guess what?
Unless
Majority
Guess
lived.
guess what? The fact
Inmo
there's
learned a wish or something in the meantime. Well,
guess
I mean, for
what?
level 20,
2 of them died.
Talk.
There's still something left to find out about. Let me just say that.
We gotta
I
go
won't.
to the spring,
I won't say
guys.
exact. I won't.
We're gonna do the
I
spring
won't.
fight again.
I won't spoil.
Ignis literally
I-
too angry to die.
I won't spoil it, but yeah, there's still stuff to figure out and discover about Ignis and Celine, unfortunately.
He's
Or
turned
fortunately,
into
but
a
yeah.
dragon. He reincarnated into the dragon we Planned Parenthooded.
Right. Comes back to drag.
But then also, if you find everyone in the first campaign, which they most certainly deserve to be level 20 at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can fuck around and find out with that. But as you can quite imagine, if you find Bulk, you're probably gonna have to fight Bulk, and who knows how that goes.
Yeah, I don't want to find bulk if I'm being real.
What?
That's
Someone-
okay.
Well, I
It's
also
okay.
mentioned-
Sam will talk him down. He's the face.
I did mention that the easiest character.
Bulk's also a face.
That's true. No, that's a problem.
easiest characters to find. The easiest characters to find is it's tied between Brandan and Bulk because they're going to find you. Is how
We
that
already know what
works.
Brandan is. We just don't know where he is.
Yes, he's going to find you. Don't worry, he will find you if you, when it comes to it. Same thing with Bulk. Those two are going to find you. You don't have to look for them. They'll find you. No concerns there. As for all the other characters, I don't know. Fuck around.
Find out.
I'm gonna hop off because I need to get ready.
Yeah, that's why I called time a bit early.
Good
Yeah.
session.
Thank you. I
Thanks.
appreciate. Bye.
Mhm.
Bye.
Later.
Bye.
I